or the 7 and 8 teams, and Alloy Esports versus Team Bear Sloss. That should be a interesting one to see, the 3rd place team against the 12th place team. So check that out. Upcoming cast, we have Team Unrivaled versus Alloy Esports is going to be cast by myself,
Okay, so
and a yet undetermined co-caster, and that's going to be Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Red, you there?
Versus Guns and Roaches, I'll talk about in a second. Outset versus Team Rival.
Yep,
don't know that one yet. CTL Team 6 versus
They're
Team
almost done.
Composite is going to be cast by Metalcore, and that's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. Lucky 13 versus All Inspiration was cast already. That was Monday by TV Ham. Vortex versus TBS, Team Bear Sloss, is going to be the 10th. Oh, that was yesterday. Or 2 days ago, Monday at 9:30 p.m. GMT -8. So check those out if you can. We're gonna see, is there any questions in the chat? I don't see anybody.
Well, we never really said anything about it.
Don't see any questions. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have any questions, really quick, post them in chat. And see, we're running out of time. That's why I'm saying post them. We actually are out of time. Sorry, no questions and answers today. Very, very many thank yous, such thanks, many happy, whatever, to Fox and Smithy for coming on the show and dealing with this. And would you like to just say a final word of goodbye, Smithy?
Oh god, goodbye.
Sounds good.
Dude, I don't. I'm all right. Goodbye. I'm not breathing. What the heck? Okay.
So goodbye. Don't do that. Goodbye, Smithy. Good luck in your match. Most people do thank us for letting them be on the show, but you're too good for that. Yeah. How about you, Fox? Any final words, Fox?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't know. Thanks for letting me be on the show.
Thank you. At least you're not as condescending as Smithy.
TTOP, hashtag year of CT6.
It's always a pleasure to hang out with Corn and the crew. And
we try to have fun.
just have a good weekend. No, just enjoy your weeks. Make sure you don't do anything too stupid.
No promises.
And, yes, promise me.
We all need to hear next week. I need someone to practice with.
All right.
Bye.
Yes, we all meet here this week, safe and sound.
Faizan,
And, of course, hashtag year of CT6.
Yes, Corn.
Faizan, any final thoughts from you, my friend?
Okay, thanks to our lovely audience for sitting through this week where we have been extremely disorganized and chaotic to no end,
Love you.
and also putting up with our slightly strange topics since we aren't interviewing a team this week. All right then.
Well,
that's all I have to say.
eventually we'll run out of teams to interview, and this will be more like the normal show. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching very much. My name is Corn Muscles. I was your host. Thank you very much to Smithy, the Gold Protoss from Team Composite, Fox, the Diamond Terran from Team Unrivaled, and of course, Faizan, my glorious co-host, and his reporting. We've had a lot of fun this week. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately after this cast, Metalcore and Redentor are going to be streaming Guns N' Roaches versus StraTk Gaming. Go tune in, twitch.tv/Metalcore1993. Thank you all for watching very much. You guys stay safe. Have a good one. Smithy, good luck in your match. Zach Lord, good luck in your match. And go check out Guns N' Roaches versus StraTk Gaming going live very shortly. Have a good night, folks.
Everyone? Alright, I'll leave the party then. Okay, there you go. You can reinvite.
Now, good day and good afternoon or good evening for most of you guys over in America, but welcome to another cast for the CTL. Today we will be casting Guns N' Roses versus StraTk Gaming. And with me today, I have Redentor.
Guns and Roaches. You said
Oh, sorry.
roses.
I've actually been listening to Guns N' Roses recently, so got them confused. But yes, we got no roses here today. We got a ton of roaches though, hopefully.
Ah, no. Any game without roaches in a game means that there's a race in the game that isn't Terran, and that's disappointing.
Alright, so let's just get straight into it and get into the first match today. We'll be starting it off with the bronze-silver match, and we're just loading it up for you guys right now. So, it won't be a second and we can get straight into it. Now, our first match today is indeed a PvP. And, oh, 1 second, actually, I've made an error here. But I'm pretty... I have made an error, but I'm pretty sure it is still a PvP though. The first match is indeed a PvP.
Oh, no way it works out like that. That's such bullshit.
Sorry about that, guys. That was me starting off this cast in spectacular fashion with a mistake.
No way it works out like that. That's such bullshit. Ah, we're still doing it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
We reload the right
Okay,
match.
yes.
Alright, so here we go.
That works.
Oh, interesting. That's set as set. What? Hold up. Oh god, I've just found something out. Someone's put down the. They haven't put the upload the replays correctly. I've actually got the wrong ones because I need to get the first 3 games quickly. So I'll be right back. I just need to actually go grab these games. There's been a error in.
Okay.
They've uploaded the replays. They've tagged the names wrong, so I need to grab the first 3 matches because I'm missing those ones. This is why you want to make sure you label your replays correctly. Because or else this can happen. So let's see, I need... There we go. So 1, set 2, and set 3. There we go. Download these quickly. Okay, so that's right. Now, yep, I think I have set 2, set 1, set 3. Yep, sweet as. We got all the games now.
Make sure they're got StarCraft replays too.
Hmm.
I got in a few files that actually weren't properly, didn't have the extension on it, so they didn't load into the game. You just have to rename them and append it with the proper file extension.
Ah, interesting. Alright, so it's not a PvP, but it is a mirror match for our first match of the day. So we're just going to load this up, and this is the correct one. So don't worry, we're just about to start with the correct game. So yes, our first match of the day is indeed a ZVZ on Frost, and it's a silver-silver. So both these teams don't have a bronze, so they're playing their silvers. So Frost is a very...
The stream switched away from the intermediate.
Yep. I've got it all timed out to perfection.
Sweet.
Oh.
Oh, happy by 3.
There we go. So, here we go. Starting in the top right-hand corner of Frost, playing for Guns N' Roaches, we have Happy by 3.
Alright. And facing off against his Zerg opponent down in the bottom left corner, it's going to be the Teal Zerg from StraTk Gaming, Sid. That's an edgy name.
Hmm. Now this is a cool map for Zerg players. It's very wide open, lots of chokes, and lots of open space, and especially in the middle of the map. And the naturals are easy to take, but the third base is a little bit more exposed, so it makes for very hectic ZVZs.
Yeah, for the ZVZs on this map, even though it's large, I somehow I always see, like, usually very Ling-heavy build, like two-based, like, really aggressive Ling-based builds, because you don't want to go, obviously, for some kind of one-based Ling aggression, because that you won't scout your opponent in time, perhaps, but the two-based thing gives it just enough time, and sometimes it'll hurt the opponents who feel inclined to macro up on the map, at least the way I see it. I don't play Zerg, so I don't understand the odd ways in which their brain works, and, you know, comprehend why they can play Zerg in the first place and not master race, but that's what I've been able to empirically observe over the course of my illustrious casting career.
So far we have similar builds going down for both players, both of them opting for spawning pool first, and Happy by Free is actually following up for gas as well, but Sin actually put down his spawning pool a little bit quicker. It won't really matter too much on a large map like this, but it just means he'll have the queen out faster. And he's going to be following up with an expansion where Happy by Free, he hasn't put any workers in gas yet, and no drone. Oh wait, here's his drone coming back from a scout. Is he going to use that to make a hatch, or nope, just going back into base to mine. So we have the first base.
That's not right.
We have Sin already got his expansion down, and Happy by Free hasn't quite got it yet. He has got his workers in gas now, so he'll be looking to go up to that speed.
Yeah. This is whatever Happy's doing is really, I mean, at this point, definitely should have angled toward taking a hatch of some sort. This is some kind of very aggressive play coming out from him.
Yeah, my suspicions here is Happy by Free, he's looking to be aggressive. He wants to really get into his opponent's face and try and put the pressure on, and then rely either on his control and just to take a win out front, or then this macro behind it. Ah, double gas going down at home for Sin. And here we go.
Just about to say.
Yeah. This is very smart by Sin. What he's done is he's actually sending his queen down the ramp to the hatchery before it finishes. Because once the queen gets off creep, it's very slow. So sending it in advance means it gets there when the hatchery finishes, and he can just go straight into the injects.
Very stuff. Although at this point, Happy by Free knows exactly where Sin is, it looks like, and there are already 6 Lings on the way to cause trouble in the neighborhood of Sin, and they're probably going to get the queen.
Oh, yeah, they get the surround, so this queen is in a lot of trouble. Hey, Sin needs to bring his Lings down, but nope, it's too late, and that queen goes down. That's
I think
that's a huge pickup for Happy at the start.
Yeah, they're Union Lings. They don't. See, their job is the main, not the natural. So, oh, never mind. Their working conditions change. Okay, there we go. Now they're feeling like doing some work. And well, easy come, easy go.
We have more Lings coming out for both players at the moment, but at the moment Sin will be able to hold this. But Happy by Free at his base has actually put down a banging this, so he's looking to put down a lot of pressure here. But oh, we have to surround the queen, and that's another queen down. This is, oh wait, oh,
Really bad. Oh wait, never mind.
that is very close. That is one lucky queen. And Roach Warren. That is a very good choice, especially with the Banelings just about to come in. But this Roach Warren won't finish in time. This is going to be very close. We'll see if Sin can hold it.
Well, yeah, we have 6 Banelings now on the way. He almost has as many Banelings as Sin has Lings. So this will get very saucy.
Oh, that's an excellent Baneling connection there. All those Lings just gone. And the queen, and speed is finished now as well, so Happy by Free, he's just got all the cards in his hand right now, and this hatchery, the natural, is just going to go down. And look at this, he's putting a spine crawler down. Forward a drone across just to put a spine crawler down and his opponent's natural. This is just cheeky.
What a cheeky little mate.
I love seeing these kind of plays from our Zerg players. It's something I don't feel is seen enough, but it's just really nifty to see. And yeah, these Lings just get picked off by Happy's speedlings. We do have roaches coming out now, so Sin might be able to pull this back.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Sin actually still has more workers though than Happy by 3. Happy by 3 was really all in with this, so that's the thing to keep in mind. He's not out of the woods yet. He still needs to do major damage to Sin's main in order for this to have been worth it.
You're exactly right there. Sin is actually up by 8 drones at this point, so Happy by 3 needs to really either A, drone up behind this, or B, look for a way to finish this game. But with these roaches out now,
Yeah.
I don't see that
Would have
happening.
thrown up because, yeah, if he just macros up now, he could still be ahead because his hatchery is already finished, even though he's behind in workers, and he's gonna block off the rocks, I guess. But I'm gonna pull those back. So no
Yeah.
more free lane kills.
These
Ooh.
roaches, they're just walking down, that's getting free kills, and this is just not good for Happy. He needs to pull these lings back ASAP. Oh, there we go, now the pullback, but
A lot of free lanes got lost there. That wasn't good. He needs to throw down like 2 spines at his natural now, because I guess not too much of a killer instinct from Sin. I mean, I guess we know a bunch of things he does not, but he could, if he sent those roaches over to Happy by 3's base, Happy would actually be in a lot of trouble.
this is what I'm loving. Sin, he was behind, but since he took the double gas early on, he had a surplus of gas built up. So what he did is he lost his hatchery, his natural, so he built a lair in his main base. Just went for a 1-base lair, and he's expanding now, but he's got a really fast spy on the way. And Happy by 3, his lair isn't even finished yet, and he probably doesn't even know this is coming, so he's going to be in a lot of trouble when these mutas pop out.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't really see how Happy by 3. He's just gonna die to this if he doesn't. If the star sense doesn't touch him and say build spores.
And even worse, Happy by 3 at his base, he's got 6 drones and 1 of the extractors. That's going to be hurting his economy a little bit. Not too much, but it could be, they could be mining elsewhere, which could make all the difference later on in the series.
For sure. Lazy drones, never good. And let's see, we have a Hydralisk den. Oh my god, yeah. Yes. Hydralisk den and an Evo chamber from Happy by 3. So we'll see. I mean, Hydra certainly would do decently against mutas, but is he gonna have enough? It's
Hydra's
certainly the question. Spire is done, and the muta's already on the way for Sin.
I do like the Hydralisk versus Muta battle style, especially with the recent buffs to the Hydras. Hydras can engage mutas in head-on fights, but the mutas are just so much more mobile. What Happy really needs to do is he needs to really connect up his bases. When dealing with mutas, mobility is the most important thing. You cannot afford to get to anywhere a second late, so just connecting these 2 bases with a little bit of creep and just having a bit more creep on the high ground so the Hydras can really chase down those mutas could help Happy quite a bit. Now we do have spine crawls going down in his natural, but no spores yet. He doesn't know the mutas are coming.
Yep. I feel like it's kind of a bit late for the spine crawlers. I mean, it would have been good to throw those down, 5 minutes ago after he lost all those lings. But yeah, seems like he just wants those 200 to go into army now because it's not like he's floating in minerals.
Now Happy by 3's actually seeing Overlords to scout now, so we'll see what he. Oh no, it's just going to sit on the back, and he knows his opponent's got the natural mining up again and quite heavily saturated. But other than that,
I don't think you've seen a single mutalisk yet, though.
He hasn't at all. And there's only it's not actually that many mutas on the field. There are 5 more about to pop out, and with +1 about to start. And Happy by 3 knows there are mutas out on the field now. This Overlord has seen them. Now we do have an infestation pit going down, so that could be very useful. If we can get some infestors out, we can see some clutch fungals that could really decimate his muta count. Fungals plus Hydra, and we're bye-bye mutas.
Yeah, what is actually the worker count? Because Happy looks like he's picked up a bit here.
Yeah, they're both
He
they have both equalized on the workers, so it's they're both quite even in the economy at this point. Yeah, Happy by 3 actually has a higher mineral count income at the moment, but Sin is mining a lot more gas, which is why he's getting this nice large muta count out. And
right, so Sin's been going more heavily into army then, and we can gauge from that data. So it's gonna be hard for Happy by 3 to end up holding this off, but if he does, he'll be ahead.
He has got spores going down in his base, but he's only got 1 in each mineral line. Against the muta count, it's going to keep growing at this rate. We have 5 mutas coming in at a time at the moment, so it's going to grow quite quickly. I would be a fan of him just chucking a few more spores here and there to just completely shut down any muta aggression.
What I'm worried about is the roaches, because The Hydras do well against the Muta, but the armored roaches won't fall as easily to the rather small ling count that Happy by 3 is fielding at this moment.
Yeah, Happy by 3 really needs to push out a lot more Hydras to really deal with this incoming attack, because the Hydra DPS is ridiculous, and especially if you can take an engagement behind these spine crawlers. Now these rocks are going down, which means there's no chance of Happy really creating a concave, and the Mutas are engaging the Hydras. That's not good.
Yeah, he's gonna send the roaches in first to just soften up the Hydra count. Now I don't agree with them fighting separately though. Like, it's not optimal for the Mutas to be fighting the roaches, to be fighting the Hydras, but it's even less optimal for them to be fighting separately.
Now this has been a very good engagement for Happy. These Hydras were fighting behind the spine crawler, and the Mutas and roaches engage at separate times. That was a brilliant engagement for Happy. That's exactly what he needed. Sin just lost a lot of his army right there, and he's back to the drawing board. And oh, what's this? We actually have a hive nearly about to finish for Happy. So we're going to see some crazy late game, it seems. Some crazy hive 2 base. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing though, because it didn't really need to happen. He either should have been, Sin should have been fighting with his roaches and mutas together, or not at all.
Yeah, what he should have done to really make the most of it is he could have taken his mutas into the main base, trying to pick off some tech buildings or even a queen or so, and split up Happy's army, and then move in with the roaches. But sending it all in, like sending the roaches in separately and then the mutas all at to engage the hydras separately just did not pay off.
Yep. Plus on missile attack, 4 Happy by 3 is done, although I think he really needs to research the muscular augment to the Hydras, because watching slow Hydras is boring. The extra speed is really good just all around for everyone. That makes the Hydras much more exciting, and when your Hydras are happy, you're happy. Because, you know, I mean, sad Hydras, it's a productivity in the workplace thing. If your Hydras are sad, they're not going to be hitting as many mutas, and then you're sad. So it's just, you know, basically that's the public service announcement of the day. Research Hydra speed. Happy Hydras, happy life. I know,
Yes.
This is true.
We have an interesting situation here. We seem to have Ling, Hydra, and Festa versus Roach Muta composition. We have +2 fire attack for the mutas coming up, so these mutas will have +2 attack, which means they're going to be quite effective. And we actually have Hydra range incoming now. So Happy's getting us the Hydra range, but no movement speed upgrade yet. And +2 armor. He hasn't got. Oh, he's got +1, but he hasn't got a second evolution chamber down yet. So he really needs to chuck that down so he can research that +2 attack upgrade.
Sin needs to spend his money here. But at any rate, I kind of have to give it to the Hydra Infester Force. That seems a lot scarier, especially if you can land some good fungals on the mutas. Pretty sure it'll carry the day.
Yeah, at this point, I definitely give Happy the advantage with his army composition. He may be switching out these Lings for Roaches just to tank the damage, but the Lings should be able to do the job, and with these fungals, and provided he gets a nice concave, this army will make short work of Sin's army of Roach Muta. He's actually going really heavy into his Roaches at the moment. He's not really built many more Mutas, and decided to go with all Roaches. He's got the Tunneling Cores upgrade, and he's got +1/+2 researching at the same time. So his army's going to get scary, but Happy is still in the better position at this moment.
+2 is going to be finished for. Well, one of the +2s is going to be finished for Happy by 3 any minute now. So we'll see if he moves out with that. I feel like that would make sense, because he should feel like he's ahead, and he might want to. I probably should want to capitalize on that as soon as possible from that last engagement, and it makes sense to move out with the +2. Although I think it looks like Sin is going to beat him to the punch. He is already moving out, or he's moving lower on the ramp. Never mind.
He just moved down, getting out.
Yeah.
What both players really need to do is
Hydra
both players really need to get something out on these watchtowers. Just holding these watchtowers, especially with Zerg, is such a crucial thing to do, because it gives you so much more map vision and tells you when your opponent is going to be moving out. But both players have not done it, so... Happy's actually going to take a 4th base, and so is Sin. Both of these players, they're just macroing up. They're going up to 4 bases, and both of them. Happy's on Hive, but Sin is still stuck on his lair tech, so Happy will be able to access his +3 upgrades whenever he wants, but Sin, he's going to fall behind.
Yep.
So,
And let's see, actually, my StarCraft is being silly. I'm gonna restart it. And you finish out Soulcast. I'll meet you back for the next one. It's gonna restart.
Alright, so it looks like Red's had some problems, so I'll just finish off this cast solo. I'm sure most of you won't mind that. So at the moment we have Roach, Hydra, Muta versus Hydra, Ling, and Fester. Happy's army is very, very powerful at the moment. He's got +3, +2 on the way with Roach speed coming out. So that means he's going to be looking to trade off these Lings in order to remax with the Roaches. And with 4 bases, he's got the economy. Happy is supply block though, with Sim moving out to take the Watchtower. He took out an Overlord, but Happy's on point and remade that quickly. So we've got the first engagement here. We've got Roaches coming in, and Happy he's coming down from the ramp, and he's got the Infestors, got the Lings coming in from the left, and where are the Fungals? Oh, the Burrow! This is awesome! He's going to come up, but there's detection, and he just lost too much there. That was a good try, but Happy had his detectors in place, and that Burrow cost Sin. And here we go, Muta, the remains of Sin's army is engaging Happy, and these Hydras, they're just too strong. With +2, +1 against 1, +1, +2, these Hydras just dismantle this army too quickly. And Sin is being pushed back. Oh, trying to save these units with Burrow, but they're just not going to get away. We have slow Hydras chasing slow Hydras. So here we go. We have Sin is remaxing out on Roach Hydra, and Happy, he's just building drones behind this. He knows he took that fight really well, so he's going to make more drones behind it and macro up. His +3 is going to finish shortly, and he can start his +2 out anytime he wants. Sorry, +3 for his attack. Oh, this would be really good for Happy. If he moves out and attacks just as this +3 armor finishes, he will be able to decimate whatever's left of Sin's army. And a miss rally there by Sin as well. That's not too great. There we go. Happy's moving in to try and deny the 4th, or no, is he going to go down to the 3rd? Looks like he's going for 4th, and we have Roach Hydra, and the Hydras, oh, brilliant fungal there, clumping a whole bunch of the Roaches, and the Hydras here have a brilliant concave. These, oh, nice little burrow there, but reburrowing, and, this is very nice. He's unburrowing his Roaches, trying to snipe off some Hydras, but he just doesn't have the numbers to try and pull these off. And Happy, he's just going to move in, he's going to shunt his way in, and he's going to deny his 4th base. So now Happy is upper base, and he has Hydra Roach versus Hydra Roach army of Sin, but Happy has the better upgrades. And it's just, Happy's just moving through the sky at the moment. The Burrow technique, it is nice to see, but with the detectors here, it's just not going to be worthwhile. It's just going to cost Sin in the long run, and Happy, he's just picking off this army bit by bit. And here we go, Happy's just going to keep pushing forward. He knows his opponent is on the road, and there we go, we have a whole bunch of Lings coming out, but Lings versus Hydras, they're just going to get dismantled by this insane DPS that the Hydras do. The natural falls, and Sin calls GG. That was a great match to watch. That was an excellent ZVZ, very fun to watch.
Alright, cool. I am back inside.
So yeah, just need...
Invite. There we go.
Yeah, so we have, this series is starting off with Guns N' Roses taking the first match. So let's update the scoreboard.
Guns N' Roses again.
Oh, you need to remind me every time I do that. But yes.
Don't worry.
Guns N' Roaches have taken the first match. So going into the second match today, we have set number 2. No, that's the wrong one. Where's the correct set 2? 1 second. Oh, okay, hold up. I need to go. I didn't copy paste the set 2 in. I did. Hold up. Goddamn replays. I tried to have this all sorted in advance, but it just isn't working. Oh,
It's okay. It gives me more time to make Kappas in the chat.
yeah. Oh, I see. It's. Oh, this is irritating. I just need to go fetch the second match of this week. This one I got, set 2 that I downloaded, it says set 2 and has the correct players and all, but in the StarCraft replay, it actually shows it being the players in the replay are the ones from the Diamond Ace, so it's rather confusing.
What?
Yeah, I'm rather confused, so that's...
Oh, no.
Let's try this one, and where's the other set 2? Let's download that one. Alrighty. I should have it for sure now. There we go. Copy, paste. Alrighty, so let's see. For replay number 2, set 2. Here we go, here's the correct one. Okay, so we're loading up the second match of this week's series between Guns Roaches, got it that time,
Oh.
and StraTk Gaming.
Oh, but I was just about to have a fun balance discussion in the chat.
Well, it's hard to talk balance when you're talking mirror matchup.
Again? Oh. And somehow, what is it with the 4-player CVZs?
If you guys haven't guessed, we have another Zerg versus Zerg on a 4-player map. This is the gold match, the first gold match of the series, and we're going to be playing on Ultrazine Stronghold. So, starting up in the top left-hand corner, we have playing for StraTk today, and no Teros. And not Teros. That's a difficult one to pronounce.
I'm officially protesting. I'm just protesting the series in general, so you're gonna have to introduce the bottom character too.
Okay, and then spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, playing for Guns N' Roaches, we have StraTk. I love that name, StraTk.
Oh geez, no, don't. God, no, please. It's the last time someone mentioned lag in my chat, it actually froze my game. So let's not do that. It's still too soon.
We'll just call him Sir for the rest of this match. And I'm gonna call Anoteros Anno, just because I'm lazy. So we have Anno versus Sir.
We can't call it Auntie. I already have an Auntie going on, but yeah. And well, what's interesting about this match to start off is that each player's derpy is going to scout his opponent's base first.
Yeah, their overlords are hitting exactly in the right direction straight away. So this is actually a game changer in a ZVZ. Because if you can see your opponent going for a hatch first and you go pull first, you can actually punish it quite effectively. Although this is Ultrazine and the distance between the bases is just massive, so you can, in Zerg vs Zerg, I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure hatch first is undeniable in this match, unless you get hit by like a 6 pull or something, which would be a blind luck.
Right. So, both players, of course, are going to take their hatches first, and also going hatch gas first. So, super greedy, but super safe because, like I said, the rush distance is, I think it's something in the ballpark of 2 light years, but I don't know. Those are rough calculations. But we'll see. At least both Sergzalot is going for a pool, and yep, so is Anoteros. So at least they're not, I mean, one of them could probably go 3 hatch, honestly, but they could get away with it, but not so, it seems. I don't even know if 3 hatch is a thing in Zerg vs Zerg. I mean, Zerg vs Zerg is a silly matchup, so I usually don't pay attention to its meta.
I have seen some people go free hatch before pull, but it's when they're going completely risk mode. It's like a complete total coin flip. I'm going to go free hatch, and if you don't scout me and decide to not try and kill me, then I'm going to be in a very good position. But if you try and kill me straight away, or even do any kind of pressure, I'm probably just going to roll over and die.
Right.
So far, though, it's been near identical. There's been no real deviations except for now. Sir has just slammed down his Baneling Nest, and we have Anno going for his speed, so this is interesting. By this, I would say Anno is looking to be aggressive because you really need that speed to be able to outmaneuver and flank the enemy Zerglings and really win those engagements.
For sure.
But the Baneling Nest is excellent for defending said aggression, so we'll see how this turn
So,
pans out. Alright, there we go.
so Laggy McBoring Race is looking to probably maybe take a faster third hatchery and just, like you said, be defensive with that Baneling Nest. But in the meantime, Andros up top is just going to be like, can't let you do that, Star Sir, and he's just going to probably send a big Ling aggression down there any minute, or maybe not, or he'll just make a Thunder Spine Crawler and be paranoidally safe. And his own Baneling Nest, so his is going to be a little late. So we'll have to see.
So basically we still have the same build orders, just, well, same builds, different order. And, oh, there we go, Sir Lagzort picks up 2 Ling kills for nothing. His Lings are going to get out of there, but here we go, speed's about to finish for Anno, he's going to run these Lings down. 10 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to get a couple more Ling kills to avenge his fallen Zerg brethren.
Sweet. Yep,
There we
so
go.
Sir definitely sees now that the speed is done. How will he respond? And that's Lag's cue up here to do something exciting. That doesn't seem to. Okay, well, he's gonna make 2 Banelings. That's fine. Actually, it's gonna be too late though. I
Yeah.
think is Anatoros going to try and deny the Banelings? No, he's not.
And Sir
He
will
could.
have his Lings, he's got 14 Lings popping out now, so he'll be able to hold this off very well, as long as he gets the correct Baneling. Oh, big Baneling hit. And is this Baneling going to get much done? No. Takes all these drones down to 35 health, but just not enough to quite kill them. However, he did kill quite a few of the Zerglings. And these Banelings are quite weak, but they're just going to regen their health back.
And what do we got? A lot more Lings on the way for Anatoros. He wants to do damage. He's not satisfied until drones lie dismembered on the creep. But I don't think he'll be able to punch through with the defensive Banelings at the top of the ramp. Yep.
Oh, so
Sir gets
far.
one of the scout off.
Oh, this is a critical scout for Sir. He's actually scouted the lair and the spire. He knows exactly what his opponent's doing, and he's throwing down a macro hatch in his base, and spore crawlers go down immediately. And he starts his own spire as well.
That's good. That'll deny any initial economic damage that the Mulisk might have caused.
We have some Lings coming out from Anno at the moment, and he's going to try and check what the status of the third is, see if he's trying to take a third base, and he's actually going to run up the ramp, and they all die to Banelings. These Zergs just suiciding. But 2 of them get through, and he's going to scout, and he's going to see these spore crawlers all around, and he's going to be starting to think, should I be going mutas now? His opponent is prepared, and if he goes mutas, it's going to be very hard for him to get anything done. So the spire's just about to finish, so we'll see what he decides to do. He's actually taking the third base as well, so that's a very smart move from him. Even though he might not be able to be aggressive and attack his opponent directly and do damage, with the mutas out, he'll be able to defend his base very easily. Because, I mean, Zerglings and Banelings, they can't shoot up. It'd be kind of OP if Banelings could explode up, but this third will be safe once these mutas come out.
Don't give Blizzard ideas.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
But yes.
Thanks.
Here we go. Sir's expanding out to take his own third as well. Now, the good move from Anno here would be to actually move out with these mutas and try and deny his opponent's third. Oh, this is actually quite nice as well. Getting a couple of Overlord kills. That's always nice. However, Sir Lagzort has a ton of Overlords available, so even if he loses 2 or 3, he's not going to get supply blocked.
Yeah. This third hatch getting the 9 could be a bit of a problem, though. He's not going to be able to save it in time. Oh, wait. Nah, I don't. Nope.
This hatch will...
Okay, let's see.
The Lings won't deny it, but these mutas should be able to finish off the hatch.
We need something. There we go. The Hydra stand is done, and we're going to need to see some Hydras out in the field now for Sir. I mean, the Spore Crawlers are going to keep him from suffering some terrible damage back at home, but he can't push out on the map until he's got some way to deal with these mutas. Or, I mean, as I say that.
There we go. Sir is going to do a run by trying to, he's just going to do a counter attack and try and bring his opponent back to his own base, but he's going to leave himself very vulnerable. Yeah, I know he's just gonna go. He's not taking the bait. No, he is taking the bait. Indecisive there, but he's gonna pull back and try and kill off this pack of lings.
I mean, indeed he has to. And I think actually they're gonna be able to get the queen and the hatchery before the mules can stop it.
Where one baneling getting a huge hit, and a second baneling is gonna get in. Is gonna detonate. No, the lings push it back and kill everything. So the third is safe for Anno, and Sir chucks down his third base again. And now he's got Hydras out, so he might be able to deal with these mutas. But with all these lings out as well, I don't think it's going to be likely. He needs to bring these banelings down to try and protect these Hydras. And here we go, these lings and mutas engage the Hydras, and these Hydras, they're destroying these lings,
We're
but
taking for the Hydras. That's so bad. Oh no.
it's just too many lings and too many mutas out for Anno at the moment, and
That was really big, getting those Hydras for relatively for free.
Yeah.
That definitely puts lag behind.
yeah, Sura's definitely falling behind here. These mutas are just picking off units here and there, picking off overlords, and they've been very, very cost efficient. And Sura is actually supply block now. This is huge for Anno. Anno's army supplies to continue to rocket up, whereas Sura is unable to even produce anything. But he's losing a few mutas to these spore crawlers. He needs to be careful of that.
Mm-hmm. And he's actually going to pick off another one though before Sir can get the cancel.
Yep.
So definitely a good position here for our StraTk player.
Yes. Anno is in a very, very strong position here, and is in a... Oh, close. He nearly lost a huge pack of links to these banelings, but managed to pull him back in time.
Ooh, but a 1-for-1. Sir needs to protect these banelings. There we go. And yeah, he needs to also, it looks like he's making some roaches
Oh,
to
these banelings...
hits, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Ooh.
Or tank the baneling hits. But yeah, it's, even if the mutas can't really get too close to the base, Sir can't leave his, because at this point he's lost too many units, and the mutas are reaching relatively critical mass. So at this point, like, Antaros could, like, even take a fourth and just really drone up hard, and there's pretty much nothing that Sir will be able to do about it.
Yeah, at this point...
And let the Hydras fall. Yeah.
Anno is ahead because he's got a base up on his opponent, and it's been up for so long, and he's just going to continue to get even more ahead. So this game is looking quite grim for our Guns Roaches player today. Trying to go around with the mutas, and he's actually going to pick up a lot more overlords. 3 overlords down, and Sir is unable to build any more units. So we have 100 supply versus 80, but these mutas, if they take a direct engagement in a base, they're going to lose so much to these spore crawlers, because he has a lot of spore
These are
crawlers.
cowards. They never take a direct engagement.
We have 4 spore crawlers in the main and 3 at the natural, so these mutas cannot really do much. And these Hydras actually picking up a couple of mutas in the middle of the map.
Yeah, the mutas don't want to fight split, if at all.
That was a very cost-efficient engagement for Sir there.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to push out and, like, these slow Hydras out on the map all on their own. He needs lings protecting them or something.
Yeah, he needs to fall back and just take a third. Pushing out like this is just...
He's not gonna win, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's banelings now. As soon as the banelings get near the Hydras, they're gonna have some sad Hydras. And we've talked about before about the importance of not having sad Hydras.
These banelings, they're just going straight for the Hydras, and the baneling hits, they're just decimating those Hydras. And now the Hydras are gone, these mutas can fly around uncontested and take back map control. Sir is actually being incredibly risky. He's taking 2 bases at the same time. He knows he's behind, so he needs to make up for it. He's taking 2 hatcheries, 2 exposed, and trying to get himself back into this game.
Yeah, and Onaros has been pretty good about being aggressive though, so I don't feel like that's gonna end up working. He'll attack and deny at least the 3rd before that goes up. And yeah, and the 4th might go unscouted and he might get away with it. But if he doesn't, he needs both bases up to have a prayer of mackerring out of this.
Yeah. Anno has also been very good off his upgrades. He's got +2 carapace armor about to finish. He's also got +1 attack, whereas Sir has no upgrades for his ground units at all. He's still on 0-0. He's got +1 and Hydra range on the way now, but he doesn't have anything at all. And here we go, big surround of the lings, the mutas on top, and the banelings coming around from all sides. And this hatch is actually going down as well. It's the third hatch fallen for... That's the third time the third hatch has fallen for Sir Laxlot. And there goes his army is gone. Oh, and Star Sense from Anno here.
Finishes, so no cancel.
Yeah, no cancel, and Anno just having the Star Sense to check here to just make sure his opponent isn't being too greedy, and by shutting these two down, he's basically guaranteed himself this game as 2 base Zerg versus a 4 base Zerg. I do not see how. There we go. The GG. Sir realizes that it's a game loss and decides to tap out. So we have StraTk taking a win for the series, tying it up 1-all. So let's update that scoreboard. Let's put StraTk on the board, get them in the game. There we go. 1-all. So we have a tied series at this point. Both have been, we've had 2 ZVZs, and Guns Roaches and StraTk have taken 1 each. So the next match of the series today, we have set 3. And we have something a little bit different.
A little bit different?
Oh god. Punish in the chat has figured it out.
Alright.
He knows me saying 3 is... Yeah. Damn you, Punish. Then you being onto it and all that. But yes. Alright, so we're going into the second series. Third series of the day, and we finally have something different. We have a ZVP. And today we'll be playing on Heavy Rain. So, playing for Guns and Roaches, we have Trip.
Alright, and playing in the bottom corner as the Teal Protoss, it is Nicro for StraTk Gaming. Necro. Whatever.
Nicro. Like Velcro, but Nicro.
Oh, okay. So then, so he's like Velcro, so he'll really be looking to fasten another win to the scoreboard for his team.
StraTk Gaming looking to
Really
fasten another win to the scoreboard. So we have.
We're gonna stick it to his opponent and take. I'm done. I can't.
I think
I'll come back. I'll
can,
write these down. I need to get a pen.
Yes.
I can't.
But yes, we still have Zerg, but oh, my bad, guys. I forgot the switched overlay. Apparently, is it switched over now? Double checking. Should be switched over.
Yeah. Alright, well.
Okay.
It's okay, guys. I mean, it's just PvP. We already know what's gonna happen. Toss is gonna fast expand, and alright, well, actually, no, Toss isn't fast expand, but that's not the point. Yeah, whatever. Alright, and the epic, the age-old battle of probe versus drone at the expansion underway. Velcro is going to deny that for a little bit of time. Trip's pool is almost done, though, so I'll have Lings out very shortly to maybe get in, scout, and start tickling at his opponent's face, maybe getting Nicro to reveal his secrets.
Now, Nicro, when he scouted, he did see the pool first, so he does know exactly what order Trip has gone for. And with the Gateway Cyber wall off, he will be safe to any Ling pressure. And he's got 1 gas up, so he's not... It'll be interesting to see what he goes for. If he had 2 gases up, that's usually an indicator of some sort of fast tech for Protoss, but with only 1 gas, it's quite flexible. We have the Nexus going down, and he'll probably be looking to build his wall as well. No, he's actually going to go out and scout.
Nah, well, see what Nicro's getting up to. He's continuing to chrono out probes, though, and he, of course, has taken that Nexus, so nothing too aggressive, I don't think. Zerg is staying on 2 bases for now, looking to stay that way. So,
And with the Mothershell core up, it means any Ling pressure can eventually be deflected by the Mothershell core alone, but he hasn't actually got a Zealot out to finish off his wall at the ramp, so Lynx could actually just run up into the main and wreak havoc on these probe lines. But at the moment, he seems to be focusing on the droning, getting that macro going.
I just hope that Zerg doesn't scout that, because his main would be very vulnerable to like I said, very vulnerable to lane pressure at this point in time, and that's no bueno.
We do have the full wall at the front of the natural going down now, and the probe block, so he is safe now. And we actually have a Robo and Forge going down, so
yeah.
We'll be interested to see if we see a infamous Soul Train all-in with the Mortal Sentry, or are we going to see a more macro-based play where we see Colossus?
Nah, dude, Colossus is so, like, 2013. I don't... Like, Protoss who make Colossus now, it's just saying, like, yeah, like, you're just... It's so plebeian, it's just...
It's totally last year, you know.
It is really, though, if you think about it, like, because Protoss is already such a bland race. Like, it gets tiring watching Protoss just BOP and A-move through everything. So it's good to at least see them have to, hit the F key, something other than the A to really shake things up a bit.
Ah, we have Warp Prison coming out, so it does look like we might have that famous Soul Train all-in coming, but we shall see. No sentries down yet, which would be nice. If you have sentries down early, it allows them to generate that energy sooner. Actually, this Warp Prison is just going for it, so it looks like we're going to have some Warping shenanigans at the main. It's straight off the bat. 7 minutes into the game, the Warp Prism's halfway across the map. This will be very interesting to see how this plays out.
So probably maybe a Zealot Warp into. I mean, it doesn't have Immortals in it, so it's already something of a lame Warp Prism. But maybe it can redeem itself by warping in Zealots right next to that Queen and taking it out.
No, it's just scouting. Because he can't really put any pressure because he doesn't have the gateways down. He's only got 2 gateways down. He hasn't actually even changed them into warp gates yet. So even if he was to try and do... There we go. Here's the big surge of gateways now.
He has a warp gate research, right?
Yeah, he definitely has finished that. This is our platinum match of the day, so these guys know what they're doing. So we have more Immortals coming out, and +1 attack is about to finish. And we only have 1 gas up for our Protoss player today. So to me, this is screaming... Immortals and a hell of a lot of Zealots. With only 1 gas, there's not much you can really afford in the Protoss tech tree, but other than Immortals and Zealots. Here we go. He's picking up the Immortals. Ah, I see. I think what he's going to do is he's going to try and control the main ramp between the natural and the main, and it's instead of a force field, just use huge Zealot warpins. And yeah, he's swapping them all over to... Yeah, this looks like a custom timing attack. We had the Mothership Core with 200 energy, so that means plenty of time warps. And even a recall if things get hectic. Oh no, it looks like he's just going to go straight in the front.
Yeah, and actually this could work even though there's hardly any units, because Zerg is being pretty greedy.
Well, Zerg knows it's coming now. It's on the creep and it's coming towards him. What Zerg really needs to do is really get a flank, but these Immortals, they're going to chunk down these buildings very quickly. And warping Zealots in the high ground, this is sneaky stuff right there. Distracting those lanes so they can't come down. And these Zealots in the middle, they're just going to town, killing every single drone to second base. He finally pulls them out, but the damage has been done. And with the Warp Prison, these Immortals are shooting out from the low ground to the high ground, and these Roaches, they spawn right into the line of fire of these Immortals. Bye bye, Roaches.
Yeah, it's going to take a hell of a lot of Roaches to kill those 2 Immortals. And the Zealots are already cleaning up everything else, so, my professional analysis is that Zerg is kind of boned.
Yeah, Zerg is very boned here. This is just so many Zealots, and with these Immortals to clean up these Roaches, there's very little that Zerg can actually do in this position. He just does not have the...
Yeah, Zerg had a macro hatch at his main and at his third. Greedy stuff.
Look at all these Zealots. We have nearly 15 Zealots out on the field, and Trip is just going to fall down to that pressure straight away. That was a very quick ZVP for us. I think that's the fastest game we've had today.
I'm all for it if it means getting to games that involve Terran faster.
So let's see, that was Nightcrow playing for StraTk. So StraTk is up now to a second win. So it's now 2-1 to StraTk.
Good for them.
Alright, so getting to set 4 of the day, the 4th match. Here we go. We'll just get this loaded up. Yeah, so far it's been a very Zerg heavy lineup from both sides. We have a lot of Zergs been playing.
Oh yes, it's a TVZ! My favorite!
You heard it there, folks. We have a TVZ. Our first Terran is making an appearance in this series. Just see how this goes.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna introduce Terran. Okay, so in the bottom left of Frost is gonna be our purple Terran from Guns Roaches and StraTk.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Frost playing for StraTk today, we have Puddle.
Good stuff. Okay.
This is a very interesting map for TVZ because it's very big, it's a big 4-player map, and it's very wide and open. So my question is, what does our Terran player do? Is he going to try some sneaky timing? Is he going to play bio? Is he going to play mech? What are we going to see today? It's going to be very interesting to watch.
Well, if you want to play Terran, I can definitely already know what the Zerg is going to do. See, a big map like Frost, and with a lot of airspace per se, like there's these chasms that kind of split up the map. I'm thinking we're gonna see probably one of those 3-hatch. The 3-hatch isn't terribly uncommon against Terrans. I think we're gonna see a 3-hatch into definitely Ling Bane you to play to take advantage of these gaps in the map and the fact that it's big. You know, a very fast mobile air unit like that on a huge 4-player map it was definitely the way to go.
Well, Ferox is opening up pretty standard, going with the 12-12 Rax Reaper, Rax Gas, so we're going to have a fast Reaper out. So if our Zerg player Puddle actually went for a fast third, and before the pull, he'd be in a bit of a tight spot as he would have had to micro his drones for quite a while before a Queen or Zerglings even popped out to defend against the Reaper, but he is going for the pull gas before a third hatch.
Alright, so not terribly dirty, but the SCV from StraTk is already inside here, so he knows where the base is, and meanwhile the Overlord for Puddle has finally trudged on over to StraTk's base as well, so both players seeing where each other are at the same time, and the Derpy Lord will scout. The Reaper coming out as if it couldn't anticipate that already, so he'll see the Reaper coming and hopefully maybe...
Yep,
yeah, at least... Oh, wait.
He definitely sees that Reaper.
Wait.
Oh, and we have a bunker going down in the Zerg's base. This is very sneaky. I don't think he's actually seen it. No, he has no idea it's there. And this drone has been spotted, but the bunker's nearly done. We had the huge...
The Reaper's gone into the bunker.
That bunker's going to finish up and...
Oh, it finishes.
Yeah. This is a good response. Alright.
That's...
No, that was obviously a misclick.
Wow, he's going to go for the aggressive Reaper micro. Let's hopefully his macros and stuff behind this. This is going to be very micro intensive.
Yeah, this is
it's entertaining, but it's going to be pretty tough. Will the Reaper heal inside the bunker?
That's actually a good question.
That's the question.
I actually can't check the Reaper's health while it's in the bunker, so it's gone in.
He's healing inside the bunker. That's nice. I like Terran. I like Terran a little more today. Yeah, and we've got to be careful. It is possible for 2 Reapers properly micro to take out the... Don't just do that. It's actually a bit of an animation error. You still see the Gauss rifle burst fire, even though they're using pistols.
Yeah, I noticed that before as well. Just then, it's like, wait, that's weird. It's the wrong animation. It's Reapers, but it's like machine guns. They must have like mounted guns in the bunker or whatever. But so
oh, that's it. You figured it out.
That would explain why they had the +1 range as well. But it wouldn't explain the different damages that different units do.
That's why you only get 75 minerals back when you salvage, because some of the minerals go into constructing the mounted gun. But like so it's not reusable generic little steel like the bunker is. It's not. Yeah, it's already a finished good as opposed to a recyclable material.
Well, our Terran player, he's going very greedy.
Yeah.
He's followed it up with the fast expand and putting a third down. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. The lings are coming in and the wall's not sealed. He needs to get this factory finished and lift it up and attach it to the wall ASAP. These lings, they're down the bottom and then, oh, phew, he's filled up the gap in the wall with the supply depot. But these lings, they're gonna get some kills.
Yeah, not good. And the bunker is not gonna finish unless an SCV can get down there.
Oh, and we got.
Oh, here comes the Baneling bust.
This is a very, very smart thing to do because our Terran has gone for 2 CCs behind this pressure, and he's got nothing out on the field at the moment. He's got a Hellion and Hellion building, 2 Reapers out, and oh, that's very close. He needs to pull more CVs.
Oh, second hit.
Oh, that is
Just barely.
that was extremely close. He bought himself so much time because if that wall went down, that would have been GG. These lings would have flooded in and there would have been nothing here to really deal with them.
Yeah, the Terran's actually in a really good spot, even though he looks like he's on the back foot, because he has 2 orbitals behind this, and Zerg is like really kind of all in with his ling pressure. So the fact that he's holding it off puts him in a huge advantage.
Yeah. As soon as he can move down and take the natural, his production is just gonna skyrocket. Behind this, our Zerg player just seems to be droning behind it. Nothing too special. And oh, this is quite important. The Overlord is actually getting in the base and seeing the starport going down on a tech lab. That's very critical to see because now he knows that there's going to be that Reaper, Hellion, Banshee coming in, and that's a very powerful pressure that Terran likes to put on early game. It does get killed in the end by this one Marine, but it saw everything it needed to see. And here we go. Here comes a big wave of bangers. Is he going to break through? The depot falls down, and here comes the Zerglings.
No, stay inside. That was kind of a mistake. Terran should have stayed in that choke.
Oh, just these Hellions, they're gonna fight these Zerglings for days. There's just not enough Zerglings. Oh, they actually get a surround. And nope, their lings, they get cleaned up.
Kills. But it's okay, because Terran has 3 orbitals. And gonna be making Hellions 2 at a time now, getting some Reaper Hellion going on. We'll see, is Zerg prepared for him? Indeed, the spores are up, and there is a spine crawler, so Zerg is just gonna drone up for now, behind that attack, and try and macro out of it.
Zerg really needs to put down a 3rd hatch, I would say. The sooner he gets a 3rd hatch down, the sooner he can get the creep spread and the creep connected between the 2 bases, and actually get the static D at the base required to defend it. If he leaves it for too late, the hatch won't finish in time and he won't be able to establish the defenses he needs to deflect the Hellion, Banshee, Reaper pressure that's going to be coming his way. And we do have Cloak coming in as well. So with this...
And coming its way... Oh, it stopped.
Yeah.
Go on. Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Well, with this Banshee popping out, Terran player Rex is going to push out.
Alright.
Now, the interesting thing to note is at this point we actually don't know if it's mech or bio yet. Oh wait, yes we do. I checked the production, we have stim on the way. There's the key thing to look.
Bio.
If you see anything research from the tech lab, it does mean it's a bio play. If it doesn't mean, if they go mech after that, it's one of the wackiest plays I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, he's gotta be careful though. This the front is very walled off, but there's nothing protecting the base from the Reapers. Although there's a bunch of speedlings out now, so he'll be good. So Terran is gonna have to back off of it. Just land his 3rd base, and start backing off of it. He's done a lot of damage to the Zerg, just passively by holding off the all in and having this kind of composition against just pure speedling.
Oh, Banshee does get out of there. The Terran at the moment is in a brilliant position though, because the Zerg is stuck on 2 bases, and the Terran actually has 2 bases and a 3rd CC at home. His economy is just going to skyrocket from here.
Yep.
Our Terran player actually has the superior worker count. We have 46 workers for the Terran player, and 37 for our Zerg. This is not looking good for Zerg at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. It's all going to depend on critical things like not running your Lings underneath Banshees and into packs of Hellions. Things like that are really going to help the Zerg get back into the game.
We actually have a Spire just about to finish. Once the Spire comes out, if Mutas come out, they can destroy this whole army. Hellions, Reaper, Banshee, none of them can shoot up, so any Mutas that come out will be able to deflect this attack indefinitely, and then our Zerg player will be able to push out and take a third base. But our Terran player is actually moving out and taking the third of his own now.
That, though. I mean, that won't be the natural reserve response, so hopefully Terran has far long anticipated the second coming of the Mutas, and has built some sort of defense. He does have some mines at his base, and he is, you know, starting to crank out the Marines, though, so, you know.
He also has,
pretty good.
he does have turrets up in his main base as well, so he knows Mutas are on the way, and he's been ready for it. And this is very nice. He's got the +1/+1 on the way, putting down the armory just in time. So that way, when the +1/+1 finishes, he can go straight onto his +2. And we have a whole lot of Raxes coming out. Terran is just in a very, very strong position at the moment. While Zerg's still stuck on 2 bases, while Terran has actually established his third. This is not looking good for Zerg at this point.
And we actually have one of the Reavers checking the outlying bases for Ninja Expand. So that's good for Terran, and now the Mutas have been revealed officially. They do get the Banshee. The rest of the force is fleeing in abject terror, but it's okay because the Biomine force is ready to lend them a shoulder to cry on.
We do have Stim and Combat Shields finished with Medevacs and Mine production, and so we have Medevac, Mine, Marine production underway for our Terran player off of a 3-base economy, and Zerg is stuck on a 2-base economy with only their third going down just now. So it's all down to Zerg. Oh, huge mine hit right there. That was not like that was not good.
And the observer or the overseer is gone. So the Mutas are gonna have to run back because they have no way of dealing with the mines.
And he's actually, since he retained these Hellions, these Hellions are going to do very well against the Zergs and Zerglings. And these Mutas trying to engage these Marines head on, but that just did not go their way. And with the minefield set out at the front, and these Banelings, oh my god. They're engaging on the Hellions and they got hit by the Widow Mines. They didn't even reach the Marines. That was just a phenomenal engagement for Terran there.
Yeah, very, very Terran. That was...
And there we go.
9 Zerg. And with that, yeah, it's gonna... Polo's gonna have to call it.
Yeah, he just GG's out. He knows he was on 2 bases. He wasn't able to take a third, and with that parade push coming his way, there was nothing he could do to stop it. We are now up to... We're tied now. It is 2-2. Guns and Roaches take a second game of the series. So, we're up to... That was the first diamond match, so now we're going to be going back down to... I believe it's the silver match this time.
Lame.
I like watching alternating the skills. It's very interesting to see the difference between your low league bronze, silver, gold players and then seeing what it's like to watch your diamond players, and you can really see what makes a diamond and what makes a gold and so on. It's very interesting to see those differences.
Alright, TVT.
A lot of mirrors today. We've had 2 ZVZs and now we've got a TVT. At least we've got a different mirror matchup this time, so it's very nice to see. So,
and it's a master race, so it's okay. I can tolerate it.
So playing Terran for Team StraTk, spawning in the bottom corner of Polar Knight, we have Landot.
Yep. And facing off against him is going to be the red Terran from GNR. That is not GNR's color, so great job. Okay. That was more bitter and sarcastic than I meant for it to sound. But yeah, it is Cool Jet.
Now, actually, I just need to go check this very quickly. I do believe Landot is a random player. I do want to check this out to double check this.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think you can see it in this one.
Nope. No, he is a Terran player. I was obviously thinking of someone else.
No, wait, yeah, I know it was Terran versus Terran from the beginning. It's not. Yeah, Cool Jet knows that Lando is Terran.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now it's going to be very interesting
So-
to see how these players decide to play this match out, especially in the early game.
I mean, do we
TVT
even need
is TVT is an interesting
TBT
one.
is actually, it's not, and it really annoys me because as I have been noticing, it's just 1-1-1 or die. So it's literally we will see 1-1-1s from each player, and I know that already, and this is true, and it has been foretold, and it will happen because I try my best to open to get ahead, like, you know, fast expand TBT builds without dying to the Banshee, and it just doesn't happen, and it's really making me sad, and it really wants me to make a. It really makes me want to write a very thoughtful and engaging letter to David Kim to calmly discuss my opinion about balance, because I'm sure he'd be very interested in my thoughts on this matter.
A good way,
But yeah,
another
TBT.
alternate opening for, especially for macro players, is doing the 12-14 Reaper expand. It's a very powerful way. It's very safe as well, because with the early Reapers, you can just scout your opponent and you can just you can deflect any early pressure because you can scout and prepare accordingly. So something you see quite often in the pro scene. And there we go. We have
You can scout and prepare accordingly, but as if you need to scout what you're eventually going to be preparing for, which is lay starport. And yeah, so Lando not building a factory yet, even though Cooljet has a factory. So the fact that I don't know what you're doing not building a factory in TBT Lando.
He's
That's-
going with the reactor coming out.
That's not the script.
It'll be interesting to see what his plan is with... we have 2 more Raxes coming down. He might be just trying to do some big Marine all-in kind of pressure.
What?
Oh, wait, no,
No.
there we go. A factory going down behind it as well.
Ah, there we go.
And there we go. We have the Tech Lab
I was
factory
wondering if that-
starport for the red Terran in the top corner, top. So we definitely have the Banshee coming out for red. However, it looks like we've got something a little bit different coming from our teal player today.
Yeah. Different is like I don't. This isn't like I don't know. It's really bothering me. Like there is, you can go and look at it online. Like there is a script. This is what you do in TBT, and it's not making a Banshee. So I don't know what this kid is doing. I'm still bitter about this. I'm not gonna let it go for the entire duration of the cast.
I should show you some TVT builds sometime then, because there's one I do on Habitation Station. As you know, it's got a close air distances. Instead of doing a 1-1-1, I just do tank drops. And it's actually... actually, this is going to be all-in. Not quite an all-in, as he is macroing behind it, but he's going to push out with the map with Marine, Siege Tank, and a Banshee. Oh no, I mean Viking, sorry. He isn't building a Banshee, just the Viking.
Oh, interesting.
And we have a reactor going down the factory. This is very, very important to note. The reactor going down the factory for Landot, that's not what he needs. If he had his tech lab on that, he'll be able to get his own tanks up, and really be able to deflect this all-in coming his way quite easily. But with no tanks, Bullshit will be able to just siege up and really dominate the front of the space and really control that all. Especially with the Viking out, he's going to have the spotter for the high ground. It's just...
nearly impossible for early game for a Terran to fight against another tanked Terran if he doesn't have tanks. Like it's very frustrating and sometimes pretty much impossible.
Yes, yeah, the tank is sieging up. As soon as that siege up, this is just bye-bye Marines.
First of all, he takes them all out.
Yeah.
And with that, Cooljet has pretty much already won the game. There are Marauders coming out 2 at a time for Cooljet, and I don't know but Stim is not done. So yeah, I'm not terribly confident. He should be going. He needs to be switching off this starport that he put on the reactor to one of the tech labs on his barracks to get either a Viking or a Banshee. To either take out the tank's vision or just take out the tanks. Because I mean, like with proper scoot and shoot, he could deal with all of this.
Yeah. However, with the Viking moving forward now, these tanks are just going to break down the front of the wall, and they're actually going to supply block Landot here. Landot is now unable to build anything at all. He's in a real tricky position. He actually hasn't started building another depot yet. He doesn't know he's supply blocked, and another depot is going to fall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's-
just trying to
There's just not much you can do in this
find the
vision.
words to describe just how sad the forces of Lando are feeling. Like we need to start a support Lando fund for just to hire some therapists for the psychological sadness that his
Yeah.
troops are experiencing in this situation. Oh, but okay, they're not actually gonna have to. They'll at least get the chance to go to therapy because Lando has decided to not throw them away against the tanks before he GGs. But that was sad. Poor Lando.
So yeah, that takes.
I give you an e-hug. I know. Like when an enemy turret has tanks and you don't have tanks, it's just the most empty feeling.
So that takes the series up to 3-2. Guns N' Roaches now have 3 wins, and StraTk only stuck on 2. They need to start getting some wins to really bring it back if they want to stay in the series. And that was just a quick GG, as Landot, there was nothing he could do in that position. It was, with that entrenchment up the front, there's just no way you can break it with no tanks of your own, so instead of sitting it out and... Yeah, go Red.
I just want to reiterate how sad I feel. Like I felt like I was Lando, and I was just hearing the demoralizing sound of tank shells hitting my building, and I could feel myself in his spot, and it just, I don't know, it was terrible. That game really spoke to me. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this is actually a ZVZ, because I can't, I have to recover from my Terran tears.
Now, as I was saying in the chat, if he actually what they're saying in the chat is right. If he pulled SCVs at the right time, he could have broken that, but he would have been behind because his opponent was also on a second base. So it wasn't necessarily GG, but there was no way he could play on an even or even from. He was guaranteed to be playing the rest of that game from behind. So
yeah. Well, so in the top left here, playing for StraTk as the purple Zerg, it is Newton.
Funny name.
Newton.
And playing in the bottom right hand corner of Daedalus Point for Guns N' Roaches, we have Chobo. Nice and easy. So we have
Alright.
we have 2 Zergs on a Zerg favored map. So are we interested to see how this pans out?
I thought this map was really bad for Zergs because you can't roll off your ramp with 1 queen. Like everyone's up in arms about that, or everyone's up in claws about that.
That's interesting. Everyone I talk to says all the Zergs I talk to like Daedalus, and everyone that I know agrees that it's favored for Zerg because, for example, Protoss, they can't wall off that second base. They can't do their forge, fast expand builds or whatever. Whereas Zerg, they can macro up pretty easy, and yeah, well, I guess it depends on how each player plays as well. We have we
got pool gas from Newton.
Basically, it's they're both doing the same build at this point, so it's very similar to what we've seen in every other ZVZ we've casted today, mirror builds in the opening. So nothing too interesting. We've already seen this happen twice today, so there's not much more we can really say about this. We've already covered it all.
Yeah. I mean, what we can say though is that Newton actually has a huge advantage right now, because if you look really closely at its hatchery, like if you zoom in, you'll actually notice that it's purple. And purple is the canon Zerg color, and that gives Newton a huge advantage. He's really gonna have to scout the fact that his opponent is purple to be able to prepare for his lack of color coordination with his own race.
Yeah, well, so far, mirror builds, Queen coming out for Newton. Looks like Q was actually forgotten to, there we go. Queen coming out a little bit later, but it's nothing too important, too major at this point. And we actually have Newton putting some lings out, but Chobo going for earlier speed. So some slight deviation from the builds at the moment, but nothing really too important at this stage.
Yeah, it's fine. Those early lings won't be able to do too much damage to Newton before his own forces would be out to repel it. We'll see though. Newton, or I'd say they both have scouted that each other has expanded and that they're not getting, like one base all in or something. So that means that, let's see. I was expecting one of them to try and take a third hatch because that's what greedy Zergs do. But no, Chobo is just going to send 2 wings to poke his opponent's base.
Now, Chobo is trying to get an overlord kill with this queen, but it's just queen off creep. No way you're going to chase it down. But the queen is on its way to the second hatch to act as to get the inject lava going, so that's fine. And we actually have... Alright, it's not too much of that.
Yeah, this sneaky little Ling over here is actually going to get 2 drone kills in Chobo's favor. Despite the fact that there are tons of Lings in the main that could be helping the drones at the natural. But, I mean, that's what happens when drones and Lings meet in the locker room before the game. Like, stuff usually they don't get along really well, and so sometimes, the drones are like, huh, without us, you could not have lived.
Yeah.
And the Lings are like, well, fine. See what happens when...
Now, Chobo does have, Chobo has 21 drones to Newton's 16, but we have 20 army supply versus 6, so Newton's is looking to charge in here and just do a lot of damage. There's all these Lings, but Chobo does have 14 in production, but a little bit too late. These Lings, they're going to get a queen kill. And are they going to focus on... No, they're going to run straight to the main. They're going to look to do some real damage here. But the Lings are just going to pop, and good control there, stacking the drones so they don't die, just waiting for these Lings to get up, but it doesn't seem there's enough Lings for Chobo.
Could do, but
oh, brilliant!
All he can do is not enough.
Brilliant position on the queen there, right between the minerals, means it can't be surrounded by the Lings, and Chobo might actually be able to deflect this quite nicely because of that the position he got off.
Well, it was actually yep.
That was very good
so
for Chobo.
I mean, it didn't suck. I'll give it that. Fine, but I mean, I don't like to think that other races besides Terran can control things. But I mean, it's okay. It's happy.
The complete and utter bias.
I mean, it's not. It's empirical observation. I like to think of myself as an objective observer who just casually points out things but only the things that I like. So it's not like lying. It's just,
It's like.
Yeah.
Like putting a filter on everything, but Cubo's going with the counterattack with the big Ling count, and he actually might be able to get some damage here done. He's going to get a few drone kills, that's for sure. And will he be able to clean up the queen? No, not enough Lings here to get the queen, but he does get a couple of drone kills for his effort, and actually clears out all of Newton's Lings. Now Newton, he's not producing anything. He needs to be making something. He's droning behind us. That's not too great, since Cubo's got a huge wave of Zergans hitting straight over to his natural, and he's got nothing to defend this. We have Banelings coming out as well. I think this is going to be the death blow.
Yes, just find out something. But it's too late. Yeah, I mean, you have to Zerg, like, whenever that happens, you have to anticipate that they're going to be seeing red and sending another wave of Lings at you if you just barely held off the first. So droning may have lost in the game there. I'm not sure if he could have held it off anyway with the Lings, but I mean, he certainly needs them more than drones at that point.
Yeah, that was just very, very unlucky for our StraTk player there. He chose the wrong time to drone, and it just, it must really suck when you're playing Zerg and that happens. You decide, alright, I'm gonna drone now because he's got to be droning, and instead they just send another wave and you die. I don't play Zerg, but that just must be a terrible feeling, I can imagine. So, that actually brings the series to 4-2. Guns and Roaches are up 4-2 to StraTk's 2. So, they've nearly sealed it out, and they only need one more win to seal out the week. So, we have our next map. It was set 7 played out on Habitation Station. I think it's the first time we've actually had this map in this series.
The chat is, you now have permission. You now have our permission to get hype.
What have we got here? Ah, yes.
The hype proceed in a calm and orderly fashion.
So, we have on Habitation Station, TVZ. Probably one of the most, for this map, one of the most interesting matchups you can get. As we all know of the Bomber Scarlet matches and the countless other phenomenal TVZs we've seen on this map. So, it should be an exciting game. especially since we have 2 Platinum players here today. So Red, I'll let you start off the introductions with the Terran, since you love your Terran so much.
Of course. All right. Well, I would like the Terran more if he was his team's color, but it's okay. So in the top left, playing for Lucky 13 on behalf of Guns and Roaches is the Yellow Terran Janaeus.
Billy Janaeus, he's not on Lucky 13, that's our color. And playing for Team StraTk, spawning in the top right hand corner of Habitation Station, we have Sauce.
Although, wait a minute. That's right. StraTk is kind of teal too. So you need to know. I don't think yellow is Guns N' Roses' backup color, is it?
No, I think it's pink.
Why do I think it's orange? It's pink. Yeah, it might be pink. Yeah. But yeah, all right. So that's good. No, never mind. I was right. My sarcasm is founded, and I feel no sorrow for it. So yeah, take that, Janaeus. You almost tricked me, but no.
This is something that I'm questionable about. Drone scouting on Habitation Station. It seems to be a bit of a unnecessary thing. The only reason you need a drone scout is to see if it's a proxy 1212. But in this case it's not, and even then this Overlord Scout should actually get to the base in time to be able to tell you if it's going to be a proxy or not. So it just...
Yeah, he doesn't need to. He's just being a
annoying
little cheeky pleb, and he just wants to harass the worker.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if you don't actually kill a worker, like what happens right now, Terran needs to. You're pulling one drone off of mining, while Terran has to pull one off of mining to build the barracks, and another off of mining to protect it. So you're literally getting a 100% return on your investment there at Zurich, and this is why races that aren't Terran are literally killing esports. So yeah.
Yeah. Basically, this drone, it's actually been sneaking, even mining some of the Terran's minerals. Sneaky little drone.
It better not get away with that. If that drone doesn't die during this, I'm gonna follow that drone. I'm gonna hotkey it on my interface, and if that drone does not die, I am sending an email to David Kim.
Now this is actually
like, people in the
interesting.
chat probably think that email isn't happening, but it's happening.
We have a gasless 1-Rax expand. This is actually it's a very uncommon build these days. It's been phased out by the common Reaper plays or faster factory openings, and you actually don't see this variation very often. So I'm very interested to see how Source decides to respond to this. He does have a hatch going down and a pull, finishing up both at the same time. He'll have his queens coming out, but he won't need to build any early Zerglings because there's no Reapers coming his way. Because he had his drone in his base and he saw the gases weren't going down.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll sense that, but now that means that Janaeus could actually get the horses and the trumpets out and go overlord hunting, because he actually has Marines.
Yes. What as a Zerg player, what you want to do with your first scouting Overlord, you want to get to the Terran base and scout the ramp here, see what they're building, but then you also want to transition and put it in the back of the base here. You want to try and put it up in the back, behind the middle line, behind the natural, so you got another direction you can bring your Overlord in to scout, and that way you can be 100% certain you can scout all of the Terran's tech. So that way there's no chance of you missing like a starport for tech lab or any critical tech like production for mech or bio. If you have your Overlords on both sides of the base, you can do a pincer movement and you'll be able to see everything.
So if you Lings try to poke at the natural and take down the building bunker, they did get the SCV kill, but the bunker will live, and Terran survives to fight another day, and he's celebrating that survival by throwing down an early starport. Interesting. And the barracks is going right next to it, so we'll see a tech lab probably from the barracks, and it will switch off to make La Banshee. Meanwhile, Sauce is being an edgy little mate and taking the gold close to Terran's base.
This is a very, very good thing to do as a Zerg player. If you can take this gold early on, it just gives you such a huge, huge boost. I've actually seen some Zergs take the gold first before their own natural, just because of that, the significant increase in income it gives them. Yep, we do have the tech lab for the starport, and we will have, looks like Hellion Banshee pressure with the cloak, so should be interesting to see if Source as scouted this, because he did send his Overlord in, he saw the barracks, but he didn't see the star pit before. So he doesn't know the Banshees are on the way.
Right, and he's taking, like I said, he's taking this third base, this close third base behind this. So he's this is gonna do a lot of damage, relatively, because he basically has no units. Like speed, is speed even done? He didn't even research speed, and turn his Hellions on the field.
And not all the Hellions slip up between the Queens, and they're gonna get into the base, but there's Zerglings here and another Queen. These Hellions, they're not getting the drone kills they need, and there we go. We got a couple there. Oh no, misfired, wasn't targeting, and
Yeah.
the
Queens.
Oh, they're lined up, but he just didn't manage to finish them off, and he's down to 3 Hellions. And the Queens, they should be able to finish them off, but here we go. Oh, they're lining up. Oh, there's a few more drones roasted away there, but there we go, pulling the drones and building some buildings just to keep them alive. But the Banshee's out, and Cloak is about to finish, and there's no spores down. He had no idea this Banshee was coming. The Queens are very good.
And let's look. He's almost done. Oh. Turn is just waiting.
Yeah, and the lair is 40 seconds off completion, so as soon as that comes out, he'll be able to build Overseer. But he's got Spore Crawls going down in his main and natural. But there are Hellions down the front of his natural. Here we go, they're moving up now. Good. Banshee in the third, and then Hellion striking the natural. And he's getting a lot more drone kills now, actually. There's oh, this is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, the Hellions did slip in. The third is going to die to the Banshee because the Queens won't be able to get there in time. And there's 5 Hellions inside Zerg's base.
And the drones are lined up. It's going to get the target fire. Oh my god, that's a brilliant target fire there. And he got the drones. Oh, we got to see how much this is. We have 12 drones versus 38 SCVs. That is some phenomenal Hellion damage right there.
Let's emphasize that for the people who are listening to this as a radio broadcast. Sauce has no drones.
Pretty much.
For real though, like actual talk.
His income
Like,
is... He's at half the income of the Terran player. The Terran player is a little bit oversaturated in his main. He does need to shift SCVs down to his natural to really get the highest mineral income he can possibly have. And he did just drop 4 mules, so that's going to skyrocket. And he's got a massive wall at the front, 3 bunkers, whole lot of supply depots. He knows there's a bunch of roaches out, and they're just not going to get anything done. This is... Oh, this is a nightmare position for a Zerg player right now. Losing that many drones to a Hellion harass, it sets you back so far.
This is what I would do right now. I would go for here. I would power through that just one of the depots, get around the bunkers and into the mineral lines.
Yeah, that's a common response to see from players. It's just okay, I'm behind. Screw it. I'm just gonna all in and just go try and kill him right now because I know I'm behind. I'm just gonna try and kill him now, or else I'm just gonna lose later. And it actually works sometimes. Sometimes the Terran gets a bit too greedy and might chuck down, say, a 3rd CC before extra Rexes or so on, and might actually be able to hold the counter, especially if they don't swap out the factory and get tanks building. But in this case, he is perfectly safe as he did go for the faster 3 Rexes and has actually got a 3rd down.
Started making missile turrets too, anticipating perhaps the 10 drone muta play, but no mutas are to be seen. What is Sauce doing? He's just gonna try and looks like some kind of delayed all in. He's making a lot of units instead of drones.
There we go, Baneling speed is on the way. So
alright, so he's gonna go for a big Baneling bust all in, like counter kind of thing.
Yeah.
But with the bunker count that Terran has, oh never mind, he's salvaging all those bunkers.
One way to
still scaring Terran, who is now pushing out.
In the position that Zerg was in, where you're stuck on roaches and you have banelings, you can do roach bane timings, but you have to do those pre 10 minutes. If you hit any later than 10 minutes, it's just you don't have the power to really push through any Terran army or defense. And now that Terran's moving on the map, it's got 4 medevacs, a whole bunch of marauders, some widow mines and marines, and Stim is complete, and 1-1's finishing up in 30 seconds. This is just going to be a killing blow. There's no way that, unless he gets some absolutely phenomenal Baneling hits on this middle of this bio army, I don't see how we can hold this off.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for the Zerg for sure.
The Roach, oh, that didn't name
That's
one
it.
Widowmine. That's good. And he knows exactly what his enemy has, and these Banes, the Marauders in front. Zergling's trying to get around, get the wraparound, and actually there's one good Baneling hit, but it's just too much Terran army.
Didn't actually get anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, the medevacs healed it all. Yep.
yeah. It's
And so that pretty much means that Zerg is done.
yeah, with Zerg losing this third and being stuck on such a low worker count and really having no map vision and no real tech behind this, and Terran's on 1-1 as well, so it's just, it is a nightmare for Zerg. There's just nearly no way you can really come back into this game other than miraculous Baneling
I don't
hits.
think it's so much of an. Yeah, I don't think it's so much as a nightmare as just great, like great justice. It's just it. Like the chat can't see it, but like there's actually some tears in my eyes because it's just beautiful seeing such Terran liberation of the infidel races, and just like it's for Zerg's own good. Like he was playing Zerg, and we don't like it's unfortunate to see this happen, but it's necessary in the end. It's just.
He did get some
You
good
just have to-
Baneling hits off at the end there, but just nowhere near enough. So that actually brings us to Guns N' Roses up to 5 games versus StraTk 2. So that means
Do it again.
that does mean Guns N' Roses wins the week, but that's not all. We do need to finish watching these matches, as it does, the amount of matches you win goes on to affect your map score, and that is very important for later on in the season. And we have 2 more matches left.
Now, aren't you?
So we have 2 more matches, and one of them is the ace match, which one of the players is a diamond level random player, I hear. I believe that's right. So it'll be very interesting to see how he plays compared to your standard players. But that's not now, that's for the ace match. We're going to get into set number 8, which is a TVT on Heavy Rain. This should be quite interesting to watch. Alrighty. So, Heavy Rain and TVT. This is it's a good mix, as you can see a lot of interesting plays between Bio versus Mech, Mech versus Mech, Bio versus Bio. It's a very, very interesting map, just because it favors all those styles. Mech, there's a lot of got some drunk driver smack talk coming down.
Whoa, I can't. I need to sit down. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I really can't handle Drunk Driver right now. I think you're gonna have to introduce the characters while I wipe my brow.
Yeah. So in the bottom side of Heavy Rain, putting out some smack talk, we have Guns N' Roaches Drunk Driver. And
All right. Yeah.
spawning up in the top side of Heavy Rain, playing for StraTk Gaming, we have Punish.
Ooh. Punish is actually going for an interesting opener here. Look at the way he's hiding his supply depot. That's a very interesting meta, because if Drunk Driver scouts, he might see, like, wow, Punish doesn't have a depot down. He could be proxying the depot in my base, and that's not good. Like, you never want a depot in your base, because then it's just lifting and lowering and lifting and lowering. It'll slowly drive your workers insane. I've seen it happen before, actually, in a pro match.
I've actually just been reading reading the chat, and apparently Drunk Driver, in Guns N' Roaches, they obviously had some kind of deal about doing like that little bit of a smack talk at the start of the match, so quite cool to see that. Oh wait, actually, so this is going to be quite interesting. We have gas first for Drunk Driver into a Rax, and he's actually hiding his second Rax, so he's going to go into a 2 Rax Reaper. This is actually one of the builds I've recommended people do if they don't like the 1-1-1 style play.
Playing TVT.
Yeah, and we just have the standard gas Rax for Punish.
Well, yeah. That's not. So there was a pause there, so that's why we just got spammed by chat. But yeah, so that's not good. Drunk Driver, or I'm sorry, Punish needs to be cognizant of that somehow. He needs to understand, or kind of yeah, with no orbital after the racks, that should be a huge sign. He should know that, you know, even if he's not, you know, Terran build expert, he should be thinking, you know, why in God's name would Terran ever cut their orbital? And the only answer to that is there's some seriously heavy timing pressure coming my way.
Now this is an interesting variation. He's going for the 2 Raxes with the 2 reactors. It's a you have a ton. There are a ton of variations to how you can do Reaper aggressions in TVT, especially on a map like Heavy Rain. Like Heavy Rain is just such a great map for Reapers, as there's so much room for them to jump in and out of the base, and really makes it really hard to defend. However, we do have 3 Marines out, and we're going to have a factory finishing up, but the reactor is a little bit late, so it looks like he might just have to build something out of the factory while it's waiting for the reactor. But once the factory starts producing, you can hold off Reapers quite well. But it seems they've got a bit of lag in their game as well. But yeah. So we have 4 Reapers coming out at a time, and still no orbital command for Drunk Driver. This is pretty all in at this point.
Yeah, it's... Let's see, he's getting 4 Reapers at a time, so if we don't see any Hellions come out, Punish is just gonna get pretty #wrecked. Although there we go, so we were getting reactor Hellion production 2 at a time, so actually, there you go. Punish, I think, is gonna be pretty safe. There's a lot of Reapers headed Drunk Driver's way, though, so it's pretty much at this point up to Drunk Driver's control, because, I mean, Hellions are great against Reapers, but they're still, in turn, they're pretty vulnerable if you don't control them well enough. So it's gonna be a nice little micro war.
Yeah. So the first 2 Marines do fall, and the Hellion falls, and the second Hellion does get targeted down, but it's not quite gone yet, and he still hasn't quite killed it. He needs to target fire the Hellion. He's obviously just using the A command, and in this kind of situation, you really need to target the right units. And 2 more Hellions pop out, and these Reapers are lined up. They're gonna be roasted.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, these Reapers are just...
There's gonna be a lot of STD kills behind this, though.
Yeah, he is. But this is pretty all in.
Probably not. Yeah.
And
actually, I think it looks like Punish is gonna hold this off. 2 more Hellions against 2 Reapers, or against 3 Reapers, is not gonna favor the Reaper player. So it looks like
and a Marine with the medevac healing it as well. So this Marine's not gonna die. Yeah, this is Punish is actually in a really strong position now. He's held this off quite well, and he actually has an orbital up and has had it up for quite some time. Whereas Drunk Driver has only recently got his done. So. But Drunk Driver does have more workers. He's got 5 more SCVs, and he's continuing to put on the pressure. He might be able to get a few more. Yeah, there's 1 more, 2 more, and he's trying to target down the Hellion, but just not quite doing it. He needs to really, he needs to tick out of this now. If he keeps coming to Reapers, he's just going to fall further and further behind, as Punish has all the tools he needs to deal with this. He's got Marines, Hellions, and medevacs. The Marines with the medevacs, they're just not going to die to the Reapers.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, he's behind right now in tech, but not in workers. He's actually had in workers, so the Reapers did kill a lot of workers. But, so if he just works on getting more workers and doesn't work on killing the workers of Punish, the game might actually work for him.
Oh, the drop on the Reapers, and all the Reapers are gone. That is a nice pickup for Punish there. Picking up all the Reaper forces on the map. And at home, Drunk Driver has only got 5 Marines. His barracks are coming up now. His factory, his tech lab's going down now. And Punish, he's just going to load up, and he's going to go drop. He's going straight for the base. And Drunk Driver's actually putting a CC down behind us. That's not good. He should be pumping out as many troops as possible. This attack has a potential to do a lot of damage, especially with the siege tank in this composition.
I think it's just gonna kill him.
Oh, he needs to drop. He needs to drop. The Marines, medevac's getting shot down, but nope, he drops safely. And the siege tank gets focused far down. So
the tank does fall though.
Yeah,
that's huge. That gives him a fighting chance. Although I think he's still gonna lose yet. The Hellbat in the arm, or was there a Hellbat? No, it wasn't a Hellbat. It was no right? That's just a Hellion. But yeah, the medevac was covering. No, he loaded up and boosted like 10 yards.
He just needs to find a choke point to really get the most damage done, and he's getting quite a bit of damage done now. He's getting a lot of SCV kills, and the SCVs just aren't doing that much damage to the Marines, especially with the medevac support there. Now,
Yeah, I don't know why Punish is leaving, actually. He's, like, there's no, never mind, there's a tank. A tank on the field for Drunk Driver, so he has stabilized a bit, but he's still, Drunk Driver is still ahead by 7 workers. So that attack really didn't do as much as I think Punish was hoping for it to do. He didn't get to punish his opponent as much as he hoped.
too much puns, too much. This is an interesting situation. Basically, Punish has the larger army at the moment, but has the weaker economy. So he's actually just loaded up. He's got 4 medevacs now, all nearly full. So if he pushes in and makes something happen, he can really get a huge lead at this point. And he's actually going to bypass the tank. This is perfect. Just dropping outside the range of the tank. And actually setting up his own tank again. He needs to not be baited forward though. So that's good. Punishes, he's just sitting away, and as long as he doesn't get pulled into that tank range, which he is now, and the Marines are taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's not good. He can't.
Here comes the SCVs, and they're trying to kill, but there's just too many Marines here. 4 Minimax and healing Marines, and he's actually going to lift and go. Oh no, he's dropping on the tanks.
He's going to drop on the tanks.
This is very smart. The one weakness of tanks is they get dropped, and
yeah,
Drunk Driver has just lost all his SCVs. This is Punish's game. Punish is actually taking this game with good defense and then a strong counterattack to exploit the weakness of that Reaper build. There we go. GG's called and the well played. So, StraTk actually take...
We bracket from Punish, and... Yep,
Yes.
and that game is going to go to Guns Roaches.
Yeah, so StraTk actually takes one more map, and they got to 3 wins to Guns Roses 5. And now we come down to the ace match. Now, this is going to be, I believe... We'll see at the loading screen, but I do believe it is a diamond level random player. So it'll be very interesting to see how this pans out. Alrighty, so we'll just get into the lobby and we'll start this game up. No, it doesn't seem he is random. He is Protoss, because he's got Protoss in the loading screen. He obviously, I think he plays random, but decided to play, he picked Protoss for this week's match. Alright, so we have we couldn't have a series like this one with 3 ZVZs, 2 TVTs, without having at least 1 PvP, so we've got to round it all out and have...
We could have. We totally could have. If that had happened, I would have gone to bed tonight and I would not have lost any sleep. In fact, I would have gained sleep from the knowledge that didn't happen. Like, I would have gone to bed earlier because I was just so happy and excited from not having a PvP that I would have had to sleep it off. But now that's not happening.
Well, anyways, we do have a PvP. So, starting in the bottom left-hand corner of Yonsu, playing for Guns N' Roaches, we have I Rush People. That is such a fitting name. It is one of the most fitting names I've seen for a Protoss. 1+ for that guy. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Yonsu, playing for a StraTk, we have Trumpet. So far we're just going to see... Oh, Forge first. He is living up to his name.
Forge first? Oh no, is it really going to be cannons?
Yes, we're going to have cannons.
We're really doing this? At the diamond level where we're supposed to have interesting stylistic games? Are you really just gonna build cannons? Well, what is Trumpet doing? Trumpet is just warping in all his Protoss buildings everywhere without regard to environmental impact, like a Protoss would do. But,
this probe is actually going to his base unscouted, and is he actually going to scout the cannon? Yes, he's scouting. His opponent's called I Rush People, so he's going to be smart and scout for a rush. So we do have the pylon and cannons on the low ground, and with the pylon going down the high ground as well, but this has been scouted, so will he be able to react and defend it accordingly? We shall just have to wait and see.
he needs to pull probes and kill that.
He really does. He needs... There we go, he's pulling probes now, and he needs to kill his I Rush People's probes. If he can kill these probes, he can shut down this aggression, and the cannon on the low ground is just about to finish. So once this cannon comes out, these probes are going to be shot down. Oh, this is not looking good. The cannons are getting up, and these probes are going down. And with the pile up on high ground, that means I Rush People can start putting more cannons down on... put cannons up on the high ground and actually start being in range of Trumpet's buildings. Now we do have a Zealot coming out.
Yep. He stands as one because he is the only Zealot, and he's going to fall as one because there's nothing he can do against that cannon.
Now, he's starting to do the right thing. He's trying to focus down these probes. If he can kill these probes, he can shut down this cheese right in its dead in its tracks. But with the
Oh my god, it's cheese. And I Rush People is yellow. Coincidence? I think Illuminati. But
basically, if you're gonna cheese people, do it right, which is name yourself something appropriate and be cheese colored. This is how you cheese and not be too disrespectful about it. I Rush People. That's like that's like next level meta. But yeah, we have more cannons coming down, and this gate was gonna fall, and the Stalker just gets out in time. That's actually huge. Having 2 Stalkers out compared to just one, and the Motion Core does go down. I actually wonder how well a Photon Overcharge does against this, but it just seems there's too many cannons at this point.
I don't know, probably not very well actually, because cannons are pretty heavy. With regard to the power of a Photon Overcharge shot, like it would certainly be invaluable, but we'll see. I don't think it would work just on its own.
Oh, he gets one of the probes. He just needs to get one more. Actually, what's the hell? This is awesome. He's decided, alright, screw it. I'm not going to deal with this shenanigans. I'm just going to go attack you. And oh, he's actually got a forge down in his opponent's base. We have cannons countered by cannons.
Cannon.
Oh, this is some amazing... This is what I like about PvP. You see some crazy shenanigans. So, how do you beat cannons? By building your own cannons in their base.
Yeah, he doesn't have the money for it though.
No, he's got nothing mining.
He's got enough for one cannon.
A critical cannon placement. I don't think it'll be in range.
I Rush People's cannon is gonna be huge here. Let's see if we can hold it off.
We have a Tarsus pylon here. He destroys this pylon and everything's unpowered. You may have 2 cannons, but there's nothing there to really stop this army once the cannon's unpowered. So now we have Stalker, Zealot, Probe versus Probe. I think Trump has actually got this. We have the good move command in this round. I Rush People trying to pull off some good worker micro, getting this round on all the units, but it's just there's a Zealot, a Stalker, and a Mothership Core. Yeah, that was an excellent comeback from Trumpet. That was very entertaining to watch. Very well played. Trumpet obviously has been in that situation before. He's also been cannon rushed to days and just kind of figured out the best way to deal with a cannon rush is not to defend it, rather than you just attack. Because they're committing so much to the front, you might as well just attack them because they got nothing at home. And he pulled all his probes and everything, and it worked out for him. Really well played by Trumpet there. Stellar game sense.
A very entertaining series they have given us. It almost makes up for the fact that they play Protoss. But
well, that's going to be a longer one. We've got a PvP on Ultra Regime Stronghold. Now, StraTk is 1 up. StraTk Trumpet's got the first game. If he wins the second game, he will take this best of 3 series 2-0, which will be great for StraTk, because even though they lost a week, they will get the map score they need to help with their standings. So, spawning in
they have a Protoss on their team.
So, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, playing for Guns Roaches, we have I Rush People, sticking to his name as we saw in the last game.
Yep. Facing off against his teal opponent from StraTk Gaming in the top is Trumpet. Heralding in a new age of holding off cannon rushes. Really, we should really get on the horn about this with Team Liquid to Trumpet in the age of aggressive cannon countering. Okay, yes, so.
Now, with this being a massive 4-player map, actually being the biggest map in the whole map pool, it will be interesting to see how these diamond level players decide to play out the series, or play out this game on this map. We have iRush people going for a gateway first, along with Trumpet, so we don't see any Nexus first shenanigans, it seems. Too risky.
I guess. Alright, well, we'll see. So, iRush people is going to be the first to get onto the map with this probe to get the scout off on his opponent. And he's going to actually end up scouting the position first.
Yeah, lucky scout by iRush people there, and he's actually going to scout that Trumpet is going for double gas. Now that's a huge tell in a PvP, because there's only a limited amount of stuff you can do off one gas, but with 2 gases, all of a sudden you have to be aware that your opponent can do anything. So iRush people, did he actually...
Well,
he hasn't actually scouted the second gas yet, and there we go, he does now.
I think Trumpet isn't... Oh, never mind. Alright. Yeah, it's probably just a mothership core opening.
We shall see. We'll see once
Mothership
what he
core
does
would
with 100 gas. It'll be Mothership Core. No, probe and Q, so what's he going to chuck down? Got 100 gas, what is he going to do with it?
It's gonna be an Oracle. Oracle, I'm calling it. That's what it is. It's Oracle.
Alright.
It's Oracle, yeah. I mean, you can't just play Toss and not be lame and make an Oracle.
Yeah,
Just
well,
watch,
he's got...
just watch.
Yeah, no, there we
Look,
go,
Mickey missed-
Twilight.
No, god damn it.
He waited for the Zealot to come out
Ah.
before he put down his tech. He really wants to hide it. But the Zealot, it just doesn't really do the trick in chasing down a probe, so... And he cancels it.
Oh, he canceled it.
Oh,
He
he...
really doesn't want the probe to see it.
And he's going to scout it anyway.
Yep, the probe is gonna see it.
And behind that, iRush people was actually expanded behind it, and he must be feeling, he knows he's safe, because that Twilight is actually really delayed. He could have put that down a lot earlier, but he tried to he saved his gas up and delayed it a little bit, trying to place it when he thought he could get that probe out of his base, and so it would go unscouted. But the probe stuck around, and it saw everything. And now the probe's going to go down due to the stalk coming out, but it's done more than enough already. It has paid itself off in
I
dividends.
really think you should have. I really think Trump should have just mind gamed it and not have let the Twilight finish and just gone for something else. Maybe I don't know. Like maybe I don't know if it was feasible to do so, because like his opponent is having so much time to prepare for this.
Yeah. Now, a popular thing to do is even if they scout the Twilight, you just don't commit to blank. You go, well, okay, we've scouted my Twilight. You know I'm going blank. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to go Nexus behind it, expand behind it. It's a very popular thing to do, because if you don't prepare for the blink all-in, you'll die. But if you over-prepare, your opponent all of a sudden gets way ahead with their expand. But it seems Trumpet is really going to commit to it, and iRush people is, let's see, he's got a robo facility and more gateways coming down, so he's going to be in a very strong position to deal with this. Once this robo finishes up, he can start building Immortals, and Immortals wreck Stalkers. Just no competition.
Yeah, it's really Immortals. Like, it's funny. You would think the Immortals would like how do I put this? It's funny because the Immortals are the same size as the Stalkers, but they still do so much damage. So it's like Immortals are like there's like really strong midgets, and it's just giving me a really really funny mental like image. They're like super bugs. They work out way too much, and like they have these really huge muscly cannons, and these still like normal sized legs. So like Immortals are what happens basically when Protoss skips leg days.
Okay,
It's just interesting.
This is as all in as you can get. It's a 4 gate with a robo on one base versus we have 3 gateways and a robo for iRush people, but he's got an extra base. And his observer, he's seen the proxy pine, he sees the enemy army, he knows his opponent's coming in, so here comes the Warpins, and he should be queuing up an Immortal, but he just hasn't got one in queue yet. Is he saving up for one? He needs more gas, I think.
Yeah,
No.
he really needs one
There we go.
because his Stalkers versus the Blink Stalkers aren't going to work.
Yeah, Blink Stalker versus Stalker, the Blink with the micro, you're this is going to be way too cost efficient against non-blink stalkers. But as soon as you get this immortal in, it will just chunk away these stalkers before they can even get a chance to blink.
Yep. Oh, that's right. I was about to say he should attack, but that's right. Trumpet doesn't necessarily know that there's an observer following his army, so he doesn't know that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he should have attacked by now.
Yeah, he needed to go as
He
soon as he could.
earlier.
Like, what he's been doing, he's been dilly-dallying and messing about on the map and really doing nothing. He had Blink finish ages ago. He had his gateways up and ready to go ages ago. He's just wasted time, and because of that, his opponents managed to mass out a lot of stalkers and get an immortal out. Photon overcharge goes out and the force field, but Blink across it, so he's nice and safe. But this immortal...
Yeah, and so he's seen the immortal, so he knows he's not going to break his opponent, or he should know. And is maybe, like, I don't know what he does at this point. Goes maybe, like...
He's throwing down an expo.
He obviously forced... Yeah, theory. I'm forcing his next one. I'm just wondering if he should throw down a third expo somehow. Like, I'm just wondering what he does.
He would have...
Having, like, now that his blink all in has been so hard countered.
He would have to do something like that because he is so far behind at this point. iRush has had his natural base up for a long time. His natural is already saturated. He's got 2 saturated bases, and Trumpet's yet to even get his natural built. So it's just not looking good. And actually, he's still force fielding off the ramp. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there, but yeah, I don't know. But iRush people is really cranking out these immortals, and he's going to go with 3 of them, and it's going to be tough for Trumpet, who does have immortals of his immortal of his own so far. But I mean, it's still going to be tough. We're going to see some really, really good control from Trumpet for him to hold this off.
Currently we have, these are the stats, we have 54 army supply for iRush and 35 for Trumpet, whereas iRush has 52 probes and Trumpet only has 31 workers of his own. So iRush is ahead in every sense of the game. He's got a bigger army, he's got a better economy, and his tech is going to actually end up being better as soon as this Twilight comes down. He's got a forge. No, so no upgrades from iRush. No, there we go. It's at the back. So he's started his double upgrades. He's got 1-1 coming, and he's gonna just pull back and actually he's gonna get the kills. No, he's just gonna walk past them. And sentries do go down. They chuck down the Guardian Shield, but these immortals are gonna wreck these stalkers.
Yeah, especially with the Guardian Shield.
I just love watching their armies they were just walking past each other and they just weren't attacking. But there we go. This is actually not a great angle. Attacking from the high. Oh, actually doing the recall. Smart move. Because up there he would have been trapped up there. So by recalling out, he's saving as much of his army as possible. But this immortal is just not going to run away.
Yeah.
But does get at least a couple of shots.
That wasn't good.
Gets a couple of shots off on the stalker. And he actually recalls him home himself, so we've got a third base going down for iRush, and
No, why you needed to waste energy recalling? Oh, because there were stalkers in his base. Interesting.
oh, I missed that. Oh yes, he does have.
Yeah, I missed that too.
I didn't see anything happening on the mini map or whatever. But at this point, iRush has +1/+1 underway, nearly finished. He has the Twilight up, and he's researching Blink as well. And that means as soon as this 1-1 finishes, he can go into 2-2. Where his opponent actually doesn't have any forges of his own. Basically, this is iRush's game. He has got this game in the bag, and he's just macroing hard behind it. He's putting down a second Robo, a Robotics Bay, and a Templar Archives. He's fleshing out that Protoss tech tree, and is just... In this point, it's very, very hard for Trumpet to accomplish anything. He has the inferior army, inferior economy, and he's behind on upgrades.
Yeah. Right, I mean, like, he knows that there's an obs out on the map. So it's like, what does Protoss do to get ahead from behind if they can't make Dark Templar? It's really...
Yeah. And he's even got cannon set up at his third, so he's really locking everything down. At this point...
That's a good decision. I mean, there's no onus on him to attack, so he might as well take his advantage.
Yes. We have charge coming out for both players as well, and it seems that, yes, Trumpet is also building a Templar Archive, so we're going to probably see a lot of Archons come onto the field very shortly. And Trumpet's placing down his own third Nexus as well, but he's still behind on everything. His economy is going to be behind because iRush has had his Nexus up for so much longer and it's already saturated.
And +2 is going to be finished in a minute for iRush, who also has Blink of his own done now as well for his Stalkers.
And iRush has actually just sent a Phoenix into Trumpet's base, and he's seeing everything here. I actually want to see if he hasn't seen the Templar Archives, but he has seen everything else. So he knows where he's at. So he knows he's still ahead, he knows what his opponent's doing, and he can feel very comfortable going forward into the game. And he's actually got his observer looking around the map. He's looking for hidden bases. This is very, very smart of him. Because one of the ways that Trumpet can get back into this game is by taking a hidden expo and being able to have that extra base economy that iRush doesn't know about. But since iRush is actually checking for it, that's just not going to happen, even if you decide to try it. So we have a huge engagement coming up here. We have Stalker Immortal Zealot versus Stalker Immortal, and it's just, there's so much here for iRush. There's forces going down everywhere. There's, oh, Trumpet needs to blink out. He needs to blink out now, but he's losing everything. This Zealot's charging. The Immortals are stuck behind the forces, but Trumpet just GG's out. That is, that was a very decisive.
Yeah, but really, the Zealots.
That was a very decisive decisive win for iRush there. That early scout just completely won him the game, pretty much. He knew everything that was going on from the moment the game started, and was just able to play it out and crush his opponent, really. So, now, that brings the ace match 1-all. So that means we're going to have the final match of the series and the ace match. PvP on Heavy Rain. Winner takes all kind of thing. Can iRush close out the series, or will Trumpet bring it home for StraTk and take another win? Let's find out. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Spawning in the bottom side of Heavy Rain, playing for Guns and Roaches, we have iRush people. iRush loser gets mocked by their team.
I mock all of you anyway because you play Protoss, so what does it matter? Alright, and up on the top, it's gonna be from StraTk Gaming, Trumpet. Woohoo! Go Trumpet.
Now,
I used to play Trumpet, so I guess he's my favorite
Trumpet's your favorite?
player of the series.
Now,
I guess, yeah.
the thing I want to see is, will iRush rush on this map? He's shown us he brings the cheese. He is yellow, so he knows how to bring the cheese, alright? And he can play a solid macro game. Now, this is a 2-player map, so is that the excuse he needs to decide to cheese his opponent?
Oh yeah, no, the metagame can go either way here in their mind gaming.
So we do have to keep in mind, when he tried the cheese, he lost. And when he played the macro game, he won. So we'll see if that affects his approach to this last match of the series. Now Trumpet, he's being super careful. He's got his probes scouting all over the place. He's making sure he's not going to lose to a cheese at all. This is actually really good scouting by Trumpet. And iRush is doing the same. They're both scouting everywhere. They're making sure there's nothing sneaky or anything going on. They do not want to lose in an embarrassing fashion, especially when the series is tied 1-all in their best of 3.
Both players, being very diligent. A little bit of a deviation here. Trumpet is taking a second gas, whereas iRush people has only 1 to 3. So,
and
a little bit of a deviation. Looks like he might be saving a bit of Proto too.
Trumpet's cyber core was a little bit late as well, because iRush people's cyber core is actually, it was 35 seconds out of 50 done compared to Trumpet's cyber core, which has just started at that point. So his cyber core is about 30 seconds behind. That's a significant difference. I wonder why. He maybe just might have just forgotten it, or maybe it's because he went for 2 gas instead of 1. I'm not too sure, but we'll just see how it plays out.
Neither player is looking to make a move to expand, and Trumpet is throwing down another gate behind his cyber here, so definitely looking to see some aggression, I think, from the players. Because Irosh is not chronoing up probes. He's chronoing up stalkers as hard as he can.
Yeah. Irish,
I
he
think he wants to
actually,
do some kind of really aggressive stalker poke.
unlike Trumpet, Irish actually skipped the Zealot, so he managed to get, that's probably why he was able to build his cyber core quicker, because he didn't build the Zealot. He skipped the Zealot and just went straight for a cyber core, so he's trying to get a huge stalker count up as soon as possible. And yeah, he's moving across the map with these two stalkers. He's looking to put some pressure on. And the sentry, there is a sentry out and a Zealot, so he will be able to do a force field, but I'm not sure that'll be enough. Oh, actually, no.
It'll be enough eventually. The Mothership Core and another stalker of his own are coming up behind this, so he'll poke a bit, but he won't be able to get up the ramp, and he won't. I don't even know if we'll be able to defeat the forces. I mean, we'll see. The Zealot will be able to do a lot of damage unless Trumpet wants to spend all day kiting. Or, I mean, Irush.
Oh, he's actually going to be able to pick up that Zealot.
Oh no.
He has a nice little bit of micro there.
That's terrible.
And Irish is actually expanding behind this, by the way, so he's not trying to all-in or anything. He's just putting a little bit of light pressure at the front to keep his opponent defensive. And he's got a robotics facility and gateways going down at home. So he's going to follow this up and go into a strong macro game. Whereas Trumpet, he's got gateways and the robotics facility, going down. But he hasn't got that extra base yet, so he really needs to move out and take it now. He's got 400 minerals, so he needs to send a probe down to build it now. However, Trumpet does have a proxy pylon out on the map, so I wonder what he's going to do with that. He does see his opponent's taking the natural.
Flares again. But Trumpet is not taking the natural still. That must mean he's gonna be putting on some really heavy. He's got to put on some serious pressure because I mean he just cannot let this natural go up without taking one of his own. It just can't happen. He'll just get out macroed.
Yeah, he's been flowing a lot of minerals, and he's actually just walked into stalkers at the pylon, but it feels that this attack is coming a little bit too late. Irish has got his robo facility done, even though he expanded before it. He's got a second gateway up, and he's got 3 more warping in as we speak. By the time Trumpet actually gets across the map, the production for Irish is going to be more than enough to be able to deflect any kind of pressure that comes his way. And it's...
Yeah. An Immortal for Trumpet has just popped, and it's on the way across the map. Like you said, the reinforcement time alone, and the travel time, I think is just going to be too much, because as soon as he sees that, Irush will be able to probably chrono out an Immortal of his own before too much damage can be done. In fact, there is now an overcharge available for Irush. So, yeah, this isn't going to work out well for Trumpet.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, I mean...
With an overcharge and 3 sentries with force fields, Irush is more than equipped to handle this push coming on. And he's got a Immortal coming out now, and I think it has been chrono boosted, so it should come out just in time, but he will need to rely on the overcharge and force fields to hold off this initial push.
Phoenix Scout for Trumpet sees everything pretty much, and
he knows what Irish has, but
he sees some work prison. Cheeky.
Yeah, this is sneaky. The mind games.
Yeah,
Pull you that way, and then he's gonna hit the front.
Wow.
Now that's very smart use of the hallucination. And force fielding off the ramp, that is huge.
Wow.
Irish cannot get down the
Wow.
He's not happy about that. That's a very, very well executed play by Trumpet, and with continued force fields, all these probes are going to go down. He's going to try and run them away, but they're going to fall eventually. So Trumpet, excellent execution there, using the mind games, sending a warp prism, a fake one over to draw the army out of position, and then snipe this natural. And is he going to... It looks like he's going to look to expand behind this as well, so he's just going to pull back and put down a nexus behind it. However, Irush has an observer sitting over there, so he'll be able to see that decision. If this nexus goes down, Irish is just going to push forward and counterattack. That's what I expect to happen.
Yeah, he's probably feeling a little bit salty right now, so he's definitely going to be out for blood. So now that base is down, we'll probably be seeing just warp-ins from Irush, and he's going to go warp in his own nexus. Could work too. He's a looks like he's a very calm person.
No, they're
Yeah,
just,
he handled that.
they're
well.
both just going to play the macro game.
Oh, no.
He is going to push out, but since he put the Nexus down behind it, it's not necessarily like he's going all-in mode where he has to do damage. It's just him trying to put a little bit of pressure on. But since Nexus is down, he can recover from anything that happens. And we have a real Warp Prism map now. So we need to be, keep an eye on this, see what kind of damage what Trumpet can do with this Warp Prism. Yeah, words.
Yeah, probably just a Zelda or two in the middle line as soon as the engagement starts. That'll just be really, really annoying for iRush.
We have...
And I don't see iRush doing this. I mean, the armies are almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Except Trumpet has reinforcement advantage.
Trumpet actually has more Immortals and more Stalkers and less Sentries, but Force going down, and it's hard to tell whose Force are what. So no one really lost anything there. I think iRush lost a Sentry, and actually, the Forces ran out just in time. That was lucky. The Warp Prism still hasn't done anything. But here we go. The Warp Prism is coming into the main base. We'll see what's going to warp in here. And a thing to note, the economy is dead even. Both players are on 28 drones, so any damage you can get done here will be significant. We have 3 Zealots, but it's scouted instantly with iRush walking in his own Zealots at home to defend this. And Trumpet only has 3 gateways, so he just does not have the warp in. He does not have the production to be able to really commit to any kind of aggression inside iRush's base, because iRush has more gateways.
He shouldn't have hovered the Warp Prism over the middle line. Just should have worked it in on the edge, and then the Zealots could have gotten in and done some damage. Yeah. But yeah, actually the entire army of iRush is being pulled back to secure his base. So it gives Trumpet a little bit of breathing room to go DT. Because there's a Twilight down, so that means DTs.
We can only hope. I haven't seen a DT for a long time. As much as I hate them, they're entertaining to watch sometimes.
They are, kind of, yeah.
They are the most entertaining to watch in a PvP, though. That's when the DT is the most entertaining, in my opinion.
Well, it's just entertaining, right? Because it would be sad to see it used against a Terran, but as long as DTs are killing other Protosses, I'm more than happy to encourage their utilization.
Yeah, so far we have both players are sitting back and macroing. We have... Trumpet hasn't put down a Forge yet, whereas iRush has put down the double Forge. This is the same as what happened in the last match. iRush gone to 2 bases, defended that initial pressure that he scouted, and then he went into his upgrades. He heavily pushed out those upgrades, and that was a huge, huge factor in his eventual win in that game. And with Trumpet failing to get his own upgrades, it's just not looking good. We have... He's failed to put down additional gateways. He hasn't put down the robotics bay. He's got a Twilight down, but no forges. It just... He doesn't seem to have a strong...
He doesn't have this proc base either.
Yeah. He just doesn't seem to have all... He's not getting all the bits and pieces he needs to make that ultimate Deathball army that Protoss so dearly loves. There we go. He's got more gateways going down now, but...
1-1 is going to be finishing here for iRush any minute now, so we'll see if he pushes out with that. I'm not sure I agree with the Colossus, like, in a really immortal-heavy army against the immortal-heavy army of iRush. Like, it's going to take, like, 10 swipes of the Colossus just to break down the shield.
Yeah, it's
going to take forever. I don't know. Yeah.
Colossus are not very good against the Immortals, because the Immortals do a huge amount of damage to the Colossus as well. But if Trumpet commits to a large amount of Zealots, then the Colossus will really come to play. But at this moment, not so much. I mean, yeah, they do pretty good against Stalkers and all, but at this kind of army, you just want more Immortals. Having Colossus is not ideal, but we shall see how.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of cutting the Immortals in favor of Colossus, but we'll see. It might work out for him.
We actually have a big warp in the main base of iRush, but it was scouted and the Warp Prism got sniped by the Stalkers. And all the units that are warped in, they're stuck there. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Makes it hard to do the talk. But yeah, the little bit of harassment with that Warp Prism, it got shut down hard. This didn't accomplish anything, it was very cost inefficient. And that's iRush taking a little bit more of a lead. And he's actually going to try and put down a third, but...
Trumpet is about to attack, though, and I have to give it to him. This is a really scary army.
Yeah.
Because he's got more Immortals. and they're just, moles are scary. Even though they're tiny, they're scary. And the Colossi are usually scary, but it's not as scary as Trumpet's army, which is very scary because of the
Oh, and the force fields go down, the Immortals get trapped.
Force fields will trap two of them.
That was very good
Yeah.
play by Irish there. He saw an opportunity and he took it. He pounced on it and he got some nice kills there. Now he is fighting with 1-1 and his +2 is, it's a little way off, but still 1-1 versus 0-0. It's a huge advantage for Irish, and force fields galore. We have no idea what's happening here, but
the force field Colossi are actually doing really well.
yeah. And Irish just crushed Trumpet's army there, and Trumpet has recalled back. But Trumpet has put a third base down behind this. He's playing very economic, but Irish, he's going to push across the map. He's going to deny this. He just took a huge
There's nothing.
favorable engagement. He's going to try and capitalize on it. And he's going to push as +2 finishes and blink. He's going to be in an awesome position to deal with this. And Trumpet, that's smart. He cancelled his third. He knows he can't hold that. However, we have a lot of Archons on the field
pretty
now.
much nothing that Trumpet can do though. Even with those Archons, there's just so much Protoss on the other side of for Irish, yeah. And one of the Archons goes down for free pretty much. So yeah.
And there's not
Trumpet
enough energy on the Moshikal for recall, so this is going to be very tough. Irish, he's got a position, and the Time Warp, that's very sneaky, very nice. Stops these Archons trying to get the flank. Stalk is going to town on the natural, but there's just nothing Trumpet can do here, really. He's taking the engagement now. The Archon's trying to fight the Zealots. The Immortals, they're only focused on the Zealots, and that's just game. Too much Protoss. So, that actually brings the series to...
There's really too much Protoss, but this was even more Protoss. It was really actually called for.
So that brings the series between StraTk Gaming and Guns Roaches to 6 for Guns Roaches and 3 for StraTk Gaming. Now they did take one of the games in the best of 3 series, so they gotta feel happy about that to get that extra map. But that is the end of this series, and GG, well played and well won for Guns Roaches. Congratulations.
All right, yeah. So congratulations for them.
Yeah. Now, just as the end of the cast, just put a few plugs in. For those who don't know, I'll be casting with Rye, captain of CT6. I'll be casting CTL Team 6 versus Team Composite tomorrow. I posted that in the shout box, but keep an eye. I'll be around about, I believe, 6 PM EST is when we're casting. So tune in for that if you want to catch some more Metacore casting with a new guest caster as well. And once again, thanks a lot for Redentor for joining me in the cast. It's always great pleasure casting with Redentor. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the cast. I will be posting links in the Chobo Team League site when I've uploaded all the VODs up to my YouTube channel, so keep an eye for that. Feel free to check them out whenever you want, show your friends, and yeah, enjoy. Any parting words, Redentor?
Just thanks for watching. I guess if anyone is from Alloy Esports or Bear Slots, I guess you can look forward to next week because I got your games. Woohoo! See, I'll be figuring out the times for that soon enough.
Yeah, just keep an eye for further details on Chobo Team League. And once again, thanks for everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.